Welcome to Gatebil Scandinavian Drift Series presented by Meguiar's. It is a lovely day here in Jönköping, Sweden, and I'm Dennis Stavon, and with me I have the lovely Sarah.
Hello.
Welcome to Sweden, I should say to you.
Welcome back home. It's wonderful out here. A little bit cold, but I think it's going to be a good competition today.
Great to have you back. So it is a bit of a unclear backdrop. It's a little bit of a blue sky and some clouds, but it is not very warm today. We're looking at a chilly, windy competition.
Typical April weather.
Yeah, you see I have my mitts on here. Sarah's a bit more of a hardcore girl, I think.
Possibly so.
It's going to be a fantastic battle day today. We're going to look at top 32 and top 16, and I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. And we have a bit of a cleanup here behind us, so we're looking forward to getting the track all ready. And let's look at that. So let's do presentation of you, your background, blah, 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 whatever. Presenting you, who you are. I'm so psyched to be back, and I want to try to introduce you a little bit, Sarah, because you're kind of new to the Swedish scene in the past few years. You've been away, right?
Yes, I've been living in America for 6.5 years, and now I'm finally back home. I grew up over in Norrköping, Sweden. PÅSKSLADDEN is never gone.
My hometown.
It's very nice, but I'm super excited to see what these Scandinavian drivers have to offer. That level of drivers out here is amazing, and I'm going to learn so much just from watching them, as well as, just talking about them, learning about them, everything. I'm super excited to be back home.
So what's your bit of a background? Where do you come from in terms of, have you been driving yourself, or what got you into drifting?
I have, actually. I got offered to be on a TV show, and the daily driver I had was a V6 Mustang. And luckily it was a manual, and we had to cage it, I had to own it, and then I did a TV show with it, it had a cage, and I'm like, heck, I want to learn how to drift.
So you're officially famous then, you've been on Netflix, right?
I don't know about that, I just drive stuff, man. I just drive anything with 4 wheels or more, and I'm good.
That's a simple way to live, right?
It's nice.
so what's the difference coming into this? I'm thinking, you've been in America for a while, and there's a bit of a different kind of vibe to drifting there, I guess, especially since the tracks are huge.
Actually, I feel like the Scandinavian tracks are a little bit bigger.
Oh, yeah?
They have a lot of ovals in America. It's a very banked kind of track they usually lay out. Swedish tracks and Norwegian tracks over here is road courses, so they have way more elevation change, bigger track, you have way more space to actually get at some speed.
Bit of a roller coaster compared to maybe.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
So talking a little bit about how we do things here in our country, just singling you out here. Now, in all seriousness, the Scandinavian Drift Series, as we're now called, there's a reason for that. We used to be a Swedish series only.
Yeah, it was national series. Now it's international technically. So we have Finland, Denmark, Sweden, and Norway. Top drivers going head to head, which is amazing.
Phenomenal. And there have been a few drivers who've been standing out throughout the years and in international competition, of course. But Sweden has been stepping up this game. What I'm wondering now, are the Norwegians, the Finnish, or the Danes even going to push us off the podium here? So we saw some interesting stuff yesterday. We're going to talk more about that later in the competition, of course, when we see the actual drivers. But I'm very impressed about the level that we see here.
Oh, wow.
And they go all out.
It's insane. It's pedal to the metal, nonstop. They do not know how to hold back. Some of them told me, I give 140%, but maybe I should just do 100. I'm like, maybe, you know, it's concrete walls all over this track right now.
Maybe you want to back that 100 down to like a 99.
And then 110. We're good.
So we saw some crashes, but I'm very surprised. This is a hard track, but it's an easy layout.
Yes.
I could say that. The interesting part of this is that it's all concrete. It's all concrete, and it's also kind of a big drop. There's elevation changes in this course that makes it very, very difficult to handle your car. You have to set up to actually make that, I shouldn't say easy, because drifting is not easy.
It's not easy at all. No, there's definitely a lot of technical driving here. It's a lot of turns. You have to put the car in right space between the turns and transitions. Otherwise, you're offline and you're going to hit something or someone.
And the commitment that is needed to do that, we have drivers here, we talked this morning and yesterday, they're talking about the distance, the measurement of distance, because they're going at quite high speeds between these zones. And it's quite difficult to measure, oh, should I let go this second or the next second?
Yes, there's just a second and you're in the wall, or a second and you're just scraping it perfectly.
Yeah. So I think that looking at the stats here, I think that we actually did not have any car that broke down in a major way, I should say. We had no oil spills, we have no leakages. That is kind of a first in my experience, at least. So maybe I'm jinxing it by saying that right now. So we're just gonna have like 4 hours of top 32 with just crashes. I don't want that.
Shh, don't say it. Don't say it.
So I'm very excited. So are there any things that stand out to you when you've gotten here? Well, except for the cold, but you know.
I mean, just the level of drivers here and the common sense on track and off track is amazing to me. Usually, even during practice, qualifying, people will wreck into each other, go a little bit too hard maybe. Here they're very precise with what they want to do and what they want to accomplish, and if they feel something's wrong, they'll distance off and not try to push through it. I mean, there's some exceptions which were rad, if I got to say it myself. There was a wheel almost falling off, but he made it through twice, and I'm like, what just happened here?
Yeah, so, and it's interesting, these drivers, they're, as you say, they are precise, but they're aggressive. And we saw these drivers, they're hungry.
Oh, yeah.
Because they know that, oh, I'm not just competing against myself and my friends who are in the same country. Now I got to represent my country.
Exactly.
I have to step it up here. So I'm very excited to see. We have some names, I mean, former Swedish champions, former Norwegian champions here. And they're, unfortunately, I think we are 3 Danes and 2 Finnish guys in total. I think we have 1 Finnish guy who qualified into top 32.
Yep.
And
so we have 1 to represent Finland here now. You better do great.
No pressure. No pressure.
You got this.
So very excited about that. The other challenge has nothing to do with driving is the language.
Yes.
We're doing everything in English now. We're trying to reach out to everyone at home in all different countries, not just Scandinavia, of course. Now we can actually invite the rest of Europe and the US. Time zones are, you know, but
they should be waking up by now.
Yeah, something like that. Well, morning people, I don't know if that's the first thing they want to do.
Easter.
So that's kind of the big challenge here. We have to communicate in a way that makes it easy to understand, because drifting is quite a difficult sport to understand if you've never seen it before.
Exactly.
I mean, how do you get into a subjective, judged sport?
True.
It is very difficult. So we're going to try to do our best. I'm not an expert, that's why I have the lovely Sarah with me.
Not 100% expert either, but I know a little bit, so.
I mean, how many cars have you crashed? Let's see.
I just been driving mine, and I fix it too, though.
Right. So let's look at some clips before round 1 here.
Yeah, and makeup, is it okay?
Should I look into the camera or look at you?
Not the camera. Not the camera. It's a learning experience this year. Be in the game. That's what our main goal is, to see if the car is competitive and if I'm competitive.
No, I think Meguiar is the driver I want to beat. I've the Norwegian Championship, met him 3 times, I think, and lost every battle, but some battles have been one more time, and so it's close, you know, so I want to beat him. I think it's highly skilled driver.
You can probably say that Meguiar is your biggest driver this year?
Yes, to Meguiar, yeah, he's going to be the biggest rival, but yeah, all of them are good, like Johan Andersson. Been dominating here in Sweden for some years.
I've been away from competitive drifting for some years now, and me and the car is one, and I'm really stoked to be back. And
I think it's a better competition, and I'm also stepping up my game. Really start easy and get to know the car, the new car. So
I think the biggest fear would be crashing the car so hard that we can't continue this year. It might happen. Big tracks and a lot of speed.
It's going to be interesting to learn some other drivers' experience and how their driving styles adapt. It's going to be more of an interesting starting field this year than previously. That's the way you evolve, I guess.
I have a background in drifting since 2012. I had a minor break a couple of years, but now I'm back.
A lot of good drivers, but I have one of the nemesis of my driving career, and it's Tony Alves that this year I'm gonna give him.
It's 4 rounds and 4 chances to win.
We are stepping up this year.
Just drive, have fun. It's always have fun.
have 3 complete runs during all day, 2 qualifying runs and 1 practice run. So I'm happy to just stand here right now.
Where do you think you placed?
I don't know, maybe top 10.
Well, you're definitely in top 10. You're actually number 1 with a 91 point.
No
Your
way.
first run was a 90 point. So you already led from your first run.
No way.
And then you hit a 91. You improved on your second lap out.
That's really surprising, but I guess I'll take the points. But
your
yeah.
line was amazing. Angle, the commitment to the track and everything was awesome.
Yeah, the car feels great, but you know, those mechanical issues, you never know when it's gonna happen. But
exactly,
we're definitely here to fight, and obviously we're in the top spot. So yeah, I'm feeling great.
How did you feel about today?
Today was good. We arrived here a little bit late and we had a real struggle getting here. So I got to thank all my team, all my sponsors getting us here. It was kind of on the edge, but we made it. We got the car ready for practice and it felt pretty good actually. And heading to qualifying, I was a little bit unsure, playing it a little bit safe because we want to go sleep now. But yeah, otherwise all good.
Perfect. Well, I'm happy to tell you it's a 90. And you got second place on the qualifying.
That's good. I'm so happy about it. I was happy just I qualified, really. So today is just a big win for us, getting here at all. So yeah, super happy.
Absolutely. Some people didn't make it.
Yeah, that's true.
Top number 2.
Super happy.
How are you going to prepare for tomorrow? Are you ready?
Yeah, now we're going to do some checks on the car, check that everything is okay, head back to the hotel, get some sleep, and then tomorrow we'll be ready for the finals.
Well, look forward to seeing you there. Congratulations on second place.
Thank you.
All right, well, I'm happy to tell you, you got an 89.
89,
so you're
yeah.
third place.
Third place, yeah.
Third
That's
place
a good
qualifying.
start on the season, so yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
How are you going to prepare for tomorrow? Are you ready?
Yeah, I hope so, yeah. We're checking the car tonight and yeah, just relax and
it's pedal to the metal.
Welcome back. Yeah. So it's been a fantastic, little bit of a cold. We had a dance-off here.
Yeah, we did it. Have a little dance-off. Got to keep the heat up going.
It's amazing. We're going to talk about the qualification results. So talking about the drivers who are, I don't know, they stand out in a certain way. But we have one Swedish driver at 91 points out of a total of 100.
It's pretty gnarly.
Kind of crazy.
So consistent. It is insane. Qualifying was so smooth and consistent yesterday. No major crashes. Love to see it.
Yeah.
But now, can they battle it out?
Fantastic. So Sweden the top, and number 2 spot is a Norwegian.
Yes.
And a very, very experienced Norwegian, Tor Arne Kvia. who has been in the European Championship for quite some time, actually. And has been getting fantastic results. So second place goes to him. And I think it's a bit of a mix of Swedish and Norwegian drivers. So third place goes to Sondre Erga with 89 points. And next is a Swedish, Morten Stångberg, with 86 points. So it's quite tight.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to translate into quite a lot of pressure into the battles.
Absolutely. They are nervous out there.
Definitely. And going down, so we have Robert Åhäll in 5th place. So a lot of Swedish and Norwegian drivers. I want to see where the Danish first driver is, and I think it's in, we are at 19th place for Denmark. You got to step it up.
They got it.
No pressure, no pressure. But then again, if you qualify high, it does not necessarily mean that you're actually going to perform in the battles.
No, it's all up to you as a driver, mentally being there for battling, not a solo run qualifying. And also what the car's going to do. Is the car going to hold up through the whole race?
I mean, you could technically try to qualify lower and try to meet someone better, try to knock them out early. Then again, do you really want to risk it?
I wouldn't.
No, never.
All or nothing, baby.
And it kind of shows, like, the, let's see here, from 80 points and upwards to 16 drivers with 80 points or more, which means that the level of drivers are quite high. And they're kind of trying to push it all the way. The problem is when you do that in a battle, it usually means you end up in a wall or in somebody else, or you get left behind.
Yeah, it's a completely different story when there's two cars on track.
Very fine line to walk. So I want to just get into it, and I want to see the battle. So,
Me too.
Who do you think is going to stand out in your opinion here? I think that Johan Andersson, the former Swedish champ, is also, of course, he's a favorite, and from our home turf. Yeah. So we got to represent. But then again, in 7th place, Odd Helge Helstad is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Norwegian champion in a lot of ways. I've been running these Gatebil events for quite some time, has a lot of experience. I'm for the Norwegian drivers, yeah, big odds that he's going to go far. Do you have anyone that you want to shout out?
So many. I can't.
All right, then we're going to try to get back in the studio and let's get this show on the road. I'm just going to enjoy it.
Hell yeah.
See you in a bit.
Yeah.
See you in a bit.
Yeah, I make decisions to glow. Ridiculous flow, potential to glow. You know, I just do that. Consolidate my regions, line it up, put them together. Anyone that ever let me down, forget them forever. My memory's bad. Remember me though? My memory's gone. My memory, it limits me home. No tree huggers, cause all the lumber's gone. Niggas knocking on wood. Pass through the hood when it's good and they chopping up wood. Breaking up.
Drifting is a sport in which the driver uses throttle, clutch, brakes, gear shifting, and steering input to keep the car in a state of oversteer while maneuvering from turn to turn on a track. The unique thing about drifting is that it's a judging sport, which means that it's not about being first to the finish line. In the Scandinavian Drift Series, we have 3 judges who score the drivers according to style, line, and angle. Line is a predetermined racing line at where the drivers need to navigate. The line is marked out by scoring zones, such as clipping points, inner and outer zones. An outer zone is a marked zone on the outer part of the track. The size of the zone can vary, but the most important thing is that the driver aims to fill the entire zone by placing the rear tires there. An inner zone is usually smaller in size and means that the driver must place the front part of the car in the zone. The drivers need to hit these zones to score a maximum. Angle is how much angle the car produces on the track. To get maximum points, you have to maintain as much angle as possible throughout the track. Style is a combination of commitment, speed, and showmanship. To manage throttle control, handbrake application, car speed, and the overall fluidity of each run usually means high scores in style. The driver is not allowed to slow down. It's important to maintain the momentum to avoid drastic speed deduction. The decel zones is an exception, which is the part of the track where the driver is forced or allowed to slow down the car for natural reasons. A competition usually consists of 2 sessions, qualifying and an elimination phase, in which all the drivers battle each other. All drivers get 2 runs in the qualification. It's important to get as much points as possible by having a good line, angle, and style. The qualification run with the highest score counts, and the top 32 drivers in the starting grid moves on to the elimination rounds. It is during the elimination that we get to experience the cars sideways, sitting door to door in high speeds while billowing smoke coming from the rear tires. All drivers go against each other in a top 32 bracket. The drivers who got the highest points during qualifying gets to battle the drivers who got the lowest points among the top 32 drivers. The elimination consists of 2 passes, which each driver takes a turn to lead and chase. As the lead driver, it's your job to drift a perfect run, just as in the qualification. The difference is that you have another driver on the track with you, hopefully door to door with your car. As the chase car, it's important to pay attention and anticipate how the lead car moves on the track so that you have the opportunity to be as close as possible but also avoid collision. When the drivers cross the finish line, it's time for the lead driver to chase and vice versa. The driver who performs the best on track moves on to the next battle until there's only 2 drivers left in a thrilling finale. Sometimes, the judges cannot agree or can't decide which driver that performed the best. In such cases, a one more time is carried out, which means that the 2 drivers battle each other one more time. On occasion, mechanical failure determines the battle's outcome either during or preceding a heat. If a car cannot enter a tandem battle, the remaining entrant will be given a bye-run.
Here,
We are back.
we're looking at the start line and our starter, Linus, who is waiting patiently for cars to arrive.
Absolutely. He's like one of the main starter guys here on grid, or the grid man, like I would say.
And he has been there for quite some time, and he is also, unfortunately for him, outside all day, all morning,
Poor
all
guy.
night, doing all these things.
So here we have the track. They're going to run up to the initiation, and you have to make sure that you don't initiate later than the last initiation point. And by that line, following past that inner clip on top of it, going down into the bowl, outer zone 1, coming back up to the inner clip 1, hitting outer zone 2, 3, then ending it with inner clip 2 and outer zone 4.
So it's kind of a big circle 8. So the initiation point where you have to start the drift, it is very crucial at this track, because when you put the car up to angle, you have to keep your momentum trying to go down into this bowl towards outer zone number 1, and then you have to really get there. And when you try to go upwards to inner clip 1, the little yellow box, I should say, on the inside here.
Yes.
It is a crucial part to get that right, because then you shoot your car up to outer zone number 2, and if you nail that, you have a very, very easy time going out to outer zone 3, which is going to be the crucial part at this track, according to the judges. And they're going to look very, very heavily on how you enter zone 3 and how you exit zone 3. So when you exit zone 3, you have to get out early enough to not go into the wall, but also you have to be far enough outside of it to leave space for the car behind you.
Yes.
Or in front of you, depending on where you are at the track. And it's a very, very tricky part to get right. But when you get it right, you shoot back down the other way, down to this bowl, to inner clip number 2, and then come back into outer zone number 4, and then you end the lap there, but we want to see them go all the way out back to the finish line, of course. But the judging stops at outer zone number 4.
Exactly. And it is very important to have a really good line after outer zone 3, like you mentioned, to set you up for outer zone number 4. A lot of people during practice and qualifying had issues with having the right line. So it's going to be heavy on that line there to set you up to hit everything and not choke out the chase driver.
Definitely. And the judges have said from last year, we had this layout, or we had this track last year where we did not have this layout. And this layout kind of invites a very, very easy tandem run, which means that the person behind, with 2 cars, it's going to be very tricky to try to show dominance here. If you actually do a good job as a lead driver, it's going to be very, very tough to follow. So an exciting track, lots of concrete, lots of mistakes will be made, and it's a very rewarding track at the same time as it is very risky to get it right. And while it might look smooth, it is absolutely not. It is very, very bumpy.
Very bumpy.
So at the starting line here, we have Johan Andersson, which is the former multiple Swedish champion.
Exactly.
But he's alone. He's supposed to meet someone here at the line and battle it out. We have a lead car and a chase car.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Elias up there. Johan here, first qualifier. He has had that car for 10 years, but it's always been Danger Red.
Yeah. It is a beautiful S14, Nissan Silvia S14. Had this car since he started drifting, really, and has not banged this car up at all. It has been in mint condition since day one, and that is drifting.
That's amazing.
That is not driving that car, that is drifting that car for 10 years.
That's insane.
Crazy.
Who has not wrecked their car? Dang.
It is
this guy can drive.
Oh, no. That was Elias. No. And his right back wheel was not on.
Question is if he took his 5-minute, because they only have one 5-minute break, or to get 5 minutes to repair a car per competition. And you cannot use it during the top 8.
Yeah, exactly.
So
and
if
you only have 1 5-minute per event, not per day, which means that if someone takes a 5-minute on the qualification runs, you're out. You can't take a 5-minute today.
Nope.
So then you have to forfeit that run. So what I want to do before we get into this, let's talk a little about the fans at home who might be new to drifting, who are not as nerdy as us. So let's talk about what is the actual thing that we're looking at. What is a tandem battle?
A tandem battle. I mean, it's precision driving, for sure. A tandem battle shows which one of those 2 drivers that will be better than the other and move on to a top 16. It's a bracket system, and it's all a judge sport. Usually when people think about motorsports, it's always about the checker flag, who makes it first, this and that. But here's all judged, so it's based off of line, angle, and style.
And there are 2 cars at the same time here, so the fundamentals of it is that one car is going to lead the other one around, and the objective of the car that follows that person is going to be as close as possible, matching that line where they are on track, matching that angle relative to the corner, so you can't be at a lower angle than the car in front. The judge is going to look down on that.
Yep.
You can't be at a higher, or you can be on a lower line. You should be at a higher line or matching that line where the car is on the track.
Yep.
So there are a lot of things that we're going to look at some examples while we do this. We try to explain as good as possible. But we're getting into this right now. Tony Averstedt versus Jonathan Öråker, which Swedish versus Norwegian. This is our first real battle. Toyota Supra versus BMW E36. Tony Averstedt is going to lead this battle. Coming into it.
Entering pretty solid there. Coming down an outer one. It's a little bit shallow.
Wow, Jonathan is right there all the way. You see a little bit of separation.
Can he push it out to outer 3? He does. He's following that wall the whole way. That is amazing.
Bring it back into... Oh, can we get into the bowl? What we call the bowl, going down. It's quite a steep hill here.
Yeah. Oh, no, no!
Jonathan, what's happening?
Did he go in the wall?
I think he narrowly missed it. Tony lays it off there. Oh, goodness.
Oh, my gosh. I wonder what happened there.
In the first battle.
Already, we're starting out hot. Okay, he did not go into the wall from what I can see on that car.
So here's what we see. What did we just see for someone who did not, who does not know drifting? That what we saw was Jonathan in the red E36 and the BMW who were following Tony around. He did a very good job at keeping close in the first half of the battle.
Yes.
Trying to match angle, trying to match lines here, throwing it into Tony's door. Missing a little bit. They're a bit shallow. They should be a little bit on the outside edge of the track, but Jonathan does a good job at cutting the track a little bit on the inside. Outside zone 2 there, misses it a little bit, throws it into outer zone 3. I think he does a pretty good job all the way around. Tony's a fast driver in that Supra. And here we see Tony's specialty, tight corners, and here he loses Jonathan, who...
Oh, he might have gotten a little lost in the sauce there. A little bit offline, yeah.
Did he break something there? Do you think that? It is a quite steep...
It is a very... It's like a brand new car for him. So he's had this car for 7 years, the BMW. And this year they set it up with different kinds of grip, different setup and suspension. So it's a competition setup. So it's a whole new car for him to drive, basically. So maybe it has some grip issues, maybe the track has changed temperatures from yesterday or qualifying, practice, all of those things. So there's a lot you can look at for that. Let's see how he does leading, though. Off from the start they go. And here it's very important. There we go. That is a nice initiation. Oh, no!
What happened?
No!
Jonathan puts it in the wall. I think Tony here is going to shut it down.
Yeah, you don't want to go down an outer 4 and accidentally hit him on the way up.
Surprised by that, but he shuts it down.
Yeah, there we go.
That is very unfortunate.
Wow. I mean, I wonder if it wasn't anything steering related there, or like it would not go out, so he just pushed forward.
Yeah, I think that maybe it was in the earlier run when he cut track on the inside clip and 1 and 2. I saw him clip the corner of that asphalt, and that's very steep in general. That this track is very easy to break a few suspension parts. It is quite, those parts are fragile.
I mean, depends on what parts, but if it's like eBay back stuff, just because you couldn't get the ones on time, you know, you never know. But they went through this car pretty good, so I'm starting to wonder something must have broke off there. That was very instant.
I mean, you see that, but to argument about that, I mean, Weisfeld in general, which is generally considered as a very good suspension kit in general, it is actually designed to break.
Yeah, you'd rather
other more expensive parts,
exactly,
which make them more fragile than you actually want them to be. But it is a very trade-off game. I assume that he is the display shows one more time. I'm not sure about that.
I'm not sure either if that was a...
Try to have communication with one of our friends at Race Control here to try to make sure that everything is correct. Because technology is technology at the end of the day. You can't really trust it all every single time. In the meantime, you should definitely check out sponsors that we have, especially the Doctor events. You see here, Tony Halberstad gets all the votes from the judge and moves on.
There we go.
This battle. I think that was pretty self-explanatory.
Yes, absolutely. But hey, some people have never watched drifting before.
Exactly.
So, too bad for Jonathan there, but Better luck next time. It's a tough competition.
It's a very good point for you to bring up, actually. What consists of a zero? How do you lose a battle?
So you zero out even if you spin out, if you get opposite drift, and there's multiple other factors as well. Then some things, if you do double initiation, you don't get it initiated right away, and you have to pull that e-brake again. That is a deduction because you're decelling in a zone that's not a decel zone. But there's
so what does
quite
that mean? It means you're slowing down in a zone that you're not supposed to slow down.
Exactly. So we have specific zones throughout the track where you're allowed to slow down. Preferably use angle to slow down, not push hard on the brake or anything, because that might mess up your chase driver. But yeah, it's specific zones, and if you go outside of that slowing down, or you're slowing down way early, they're going to deduct points for that because you're not fluid in the track.
Oh, here we see Jonathan.
Oh, no. Poor guy. Yeah, no, you'll get an incomplete, it's called, if you zero out. Spinning out, opposite drift. If your hood, your hatch, or your trunk, something that's supposed to be latched down on your car, if that opens up and flies off, and so forth. There's many things.
The second battle that we're going to see, Jim Olofsson versus Anders High. Jim Olofsson is BMW E30, throws it in, goes down into the ball. Needs to come out on top here, going down to the outer zone, number 2. Makes it look easy. Jim Olofsson, who this car is brand new to him in a lot of ways. Suspension ports, oh my God, sliding.
Oh no, that was some contact right there.
What's happening with Anders' car here? He's understeering quite a lot, does not get it right the first time here. Jim looks very strong out in front here.
Oh yeah, he's in those zones. The line here on this though, I don't know about that.
I saw a massive understeering from Anders in zone 3, which is unfortunate. And as I said, Jim's car here is brand new suspension. He's running tires that he's not used to. They're skinnier than he wants to because he did not have time to get the parts he wanted, so he needed to fit parts that he did not want to have on that car. So he says, like, it was a challenge yesterday for him, and he's very happy he even qualified. And doing this well against a very good driver is a very good thing.
Absolutely.
They're going to switch positions.
The E30s, man, they never get old.
Yeah,
look at that.
Yeah, they're cool. They're cool.
But hey, you got to work with what you got sometimes. Sometimes parts don't come in on time and whatnot, and he's performing. He is performing.
So pushing this car to its limits here. And we're switching positions where Jim Olofsson is now going to follow Anders, which Anders has quite a uphill here.
Yeah.
So big
yeah, he's been struggling a little bit. I saw him practice. He wasn't super consistent, but hoping he'll pull through here. Hoping he'll pull through.
So the only way he is going to come out of this battle on top is going to be forcing Jim, who is going to follow him, into a mistake. And that is going to be a tough call for him to do. And you can't really do a whole lot as a lead driver to push the chase driver to a mistake unless you cover them in smoke. That's pretty much the only tactic
get lost in the sauce, basically. That's going to be a hard lead to follow up on, like, to beat that lead. That was a solid lead. All right, they're getting ready. And we got a green light. Here we go.
Oh, wow. Huge separation.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Jim is quite far back. Needs to gain some ground here. Others doing a good job. Getting into side clip 1. Nails it perfectly. Oh, goes very wide on the outside zone 2 into zone 3. Is he going to go as deep as Jim did? No, he does not. Leaves the zone early. Here is the judges looking closely to how they handle this. Big mistake there from both drivers.
Oh, wow. That was a weird little transition there, too. On the follow.
Out, but Jim Olofsson is on this door into zone number 3. Beautiful
like we said there, the end of judging zones are after outer 4. So the fact that he straightened before the technical finish line was lined up on the map we had, that is not judged.
Exactly.
All right, let's see here. Yeah, he got gapped. That's correct.
Did well to catch up, but he's on the inside a little bit.
That's the thing. The judges are not going to like the fact that he cut the line to catch up. They want that fluid, mimicking the lead driver, where he's at, the line of him. However, he's keeping really good angle here, and he's trying to get that proximity. He had to sacrifice a little bit of that line.
Big mistake there from Jim in the back. Straightens his wheels for quite some time.
Oh, wait, that was some contact right there.
We did not see that last time.
Yeah, I love these reruns here, so you can double check them.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And the judges have a separate system now. They're usually looking at the live streams, and they are now more, they have a separate system to look at different angles and trying to get to a good call here.
Exactly. Look at those studs.
Yeah, you can see the breath. It's very cold outside.
Hey, it's even cold in here. I thought it was warmer in here. Did they left the door open? My goodness. Let's see here. We got 3 votes on Jim Olofsson.
All right.
All
Jim
right.
Olofsson moves on into the top 16.
All right. There he goes. He's so happy. That's awesome. Top 16 will be a little bit later. All right, so here we have Morten Stongberg and Filip Navrocki.
So Morten in his Mercedes-Benz, the Benz.
The Benz.
Gotta get them Benz, bro. So, and together with Filip Navrocki, Filip in his green Nissan Silvia S13. No, it's not a Silvia, it's an S13.
Yep, and he has an M50 with a turbo on that, so it's 700 horse.
BMW engine then.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
He went away from the Japanese.
Oh, man.
Sort of say.
So,
here we go.
Higher qualifier going to lead Filip right into this. Big flicks from both drivers. Filip is going to be hungry. Morten, who had a very, very good qualification run last night here in 4th place. Wow, leading a huge gap to Filip.
Wow. He did get into the outer 2, which is awesome. It's a little bit hard to see exactly where the outer 2. Oh no, Filip!
Big mistake from Filip. Goes in the inside of the track there. Not what we want to see from him.
Oh my goodness.
My goodness, wow.
Is it the nerves? Who knows?
Is chaos. That is chaos. Morten Stongberg, however, super solid in the front.
Yes, that was a really solid lead. Filip, you need to step it up here for your lead run.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Linus checking for cones.
Excuse me, this belongs to me. Could you give that back, please?
You can't have this.
No, it's mine.
That's ours. You can't take it. Hopefully it didn't break anything with that. The weight on it sometimes flicks up and bends stuff, you know? Or like the radiator and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it has a rear mount, though. No, maybe not.
It's such a simple thing that can really, really go wrong.
All right, we got the rerun here. And great initiation.
I want to see how Morten handles this. He's
a little bit shallow in outer 1 there.
It's not too bad, but definitely could be well-filled zone 2 pretty well.
Feel like Filip just, I don't know. It's a lot of corrections, a lot of missing zones here. Yeah. If it's the car that's struggling or nerves. If you just couldn't see, might be nerves. There's so many factors that could play in. However, Morten looks like a really solid line. He's a little bit shallow here and there.
I can't really fault him a lot. He is shallow on the outer zones, definitely, but not too much. He's actually in the zones at least. Okay, let's see. He knows he has a bit of an advantage here. Filip is not in the zone.
Might be a grip. Might be grip. That the track changed now that the sun's on it.
Yeah, might be rolling it in here. Morten trying to close the gap. Filip is quite on the inside, which makes Morten has to change a lot of his driving style to fit that. Oh, narrowly misses the wall.
That is close. That throws him on that weird line there, but he manages to push through.
Let's close the gap here on zone 4. Can't really do that, but then again, Filip is shallow the whole lap around.
I'm starting to think maybe it's a side bite, forward bite, something grip-wise.
So, talking from the judge's perspective in this battle, so what we see here is Filip being very much on the inside of the track, and the judges are going to look at complete run and see, okay, what did happen here? Did Philip cause Morten to go wide, go shallow, whatever it is, by driving on a shallow line? And at this point, I would say yes. Why Morten is shallow on his chase run here is because that Philip has a weird line. He does not come out to basically any of the zones.
Yes, so Morten's job here as a chase driver is to mimic the lead driver. So whichever line Philip is taking, Morten has to follow, even if it's offline. If he tries to cut line, to catch up and stuff, that's on the chase car, basically. But yeah, you want to match what the lead driver is doing. Here you see Philip was a little bit shallow, so Morten barely had space there.
Yeah.
He hits that inner clip nicely, though. But yeah, you're just mimicking angle, speed, line based off of the lead driver. So your goal as a lead driver is to do a followable lead, basically a 100-point qualifying lap.
Making it easy for the car behind you to follow you. You're going to make that easy because usually back in the days, the lead driver might have tried to run away, and that is not acceptable anymore. You have to make it easy. It is Morten Stongberg who moves on to top 16. Congratulations.
Right.
Beautiful run by Morten. And this car is so cool. It's so cool. I love it.
It is.
I'm not a huge Mercedes fanboy, but this is a cool car. I love it. All right, moving on.
Alrighty, we have some wild cards. Nope, we do not.
No, this is actually the
they
first
came
battle.
back.
This
they took a 5-minute.
First battle, so Elias Legeberger is now back at the starting line. Had to take a 5-minute rule there, so he has now forfeited any chance to do another 5 minutes for the entire competition. And Elias Legeberger is the lowest qualifier. Is going to be matched up with Johan Andersson, the multiple Swedish champion, and saw a very, very strong performance from Johan.
Oh yeah, he is the most consistent driver out here. Yeah. I gotta say.
Number 1 qualifier, 91 points. So let's see how this goes. Elias throws it in back. Oh, it did not work. Something is up with Elias' car. Is not going to be able to finish this run. Nope. And that means Johan just has to finish it. And that is it.
Yep, it's basically a celebration lap right now.
Yeah. Not that he's actually going to take it easy.
No.
Johan never does.
He's like, yo, I had a pair of tires on this for 2 laps. I'm going to give it 2 laps.
Yeah.
I paid for the competition. I'm going to drive all I can. And it's good. A little bit of practice there. He knows he doesn't have to finish the lap right now. But then you get that extra seat time for the next round.
I don't know. This is pure speculation. But I think that Johan noticed that Elias wasn't behind him. And when he came back out of zone 3, I could hear him hesitating on the throttle. He was like, is he going to show up in the smoking? Because Johan usually is very hard on the throttle there. He's like, oh, is he here?
He was like, oh, I don't see him. Let's go. Let's go.
All right. So Elias in this Volvo 7 Series. I don't think he's going to be able to...
something's not right with that car right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. He has said that he has been doing a lot of mechanical adjustments. He has
had a lot of steering issues all weekend. And unfortunately, they seem to still be there.
Yeah.
They seem to still be there. It's a pretty cool car. It's all stock internals with a BMW V8. So, sorry, Volvo, but it's German powertrain on this one.
Yes, German transplants.
Yes, but 600 horse, stock internals, and a little turbo. So it's a very stock engine. They haven't opened it up and built it or anything. So that's pretty cool to see.
It's a very cool concept. And in this country, these cars are very, very common. And they're treated as that as well. I would say.
Yeah, nowadays it's getting hard to find them though. Any nice ones? They're all beat to hell. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you probably have a bigger chance trying to find a nice Volvo in a trash can than you have at any other place. It's terrible. So here we see Johan now is going to just play. This is just play.
It's a buy run here. Well, not buy run, but.
But actually, what I've heard is, which is very, very uncommon with Johan, he has had mechanical problems, which never happens.
No.
Never happens. And,
seems to be working now.
Yeah. They're a very, very experienced team, so it's never a problem.
That's the thing. You can't drive and like, you got to have a team. And you as a driver might have to focus more on the driving aspect and the mechanics.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to trust those guys.
Yeah.
And all these guys have amazing crews that love everything about drifting. It's pretty awesome to see. That's one of my favorite things, I think, is just a community within drifting.
Yeah. And it's also, as with everything in every sport and every company and business venture, people change, and that's just part of the game. But I think that Johan has been with the same people for 10 years.
Wow.
That is a huge strength in this sport.
Yeah, no, he has had that car, not scraped it or anything, for 10 years. However, this is the first year with that new livery. It does not look the same at all. Everyone's like, oh, the Red Danger, he's here.
Yeah.
Multiple Swedish Drift champion.
And now he's like the Orange Danger? I don't know. What
The Shadow?
Yeah.
I don't know what to call him. The Shadow.
Yeah.
Comes out of nowhere and just whoops everyone's butt.
So here we have Christian Erlandsson.
Yep. Another wild card for this round.
And Joakim Andersson. So Christian Erlandsson and Wright in this, what is it, beige? Beige kind of a Subaru.
It's a pretty cool color. I like it.
BRZ. I love it. It is really cool. And Joakim Andersson in this Nissan Silvia S14. Christian Erlandsson, who arguably is the absolute fastest driver, but is not the most consistent driver. And that's what I want to see from him. And he said that he talked to me and he actually had a problem with his seatbelt.
Oh no!
So it is too tight. So he had a hard time breathing, which is a kind of a problem.
You might want to do that when you're driving.
So he had ordered some new parts and they did not have time to come in, which is, I've heard, is a common theme against. I think I've talked to only one driver who did not have a problem with delivery of parts. One driver.
Wow.
That is
everything's so delayed now.
Yeah.
It is insane. All right, 2 wild cards here. One's getting knocked out.
Christian Erlandsson is going to follow Joakim Andersson, and here is going to be a tough battle for Christian, who is a very quick driver.
Oh no, that is
happening?
He's straightened pretty good there.
Did he just grip up? Was that the problem here?
I'm starting to wonder.
It seems like Christian is actually pretty slow here.
Oh
no, huge mistake from Joakim Andersson. What is happening?
What is going on
he
today?
Had this in the bag, and now he just gave it away. I don't know if that counts as a zero. We have to look at the replay, but I don't know.
It was cool. He didn't spin. He didn't spin, but he choked out Christian.
So
there.
Is this a kind of a splitting hairs where Christian has a 0 and Joakim has a 0.1?
I mean, it's hard to say. I'm no judge, so I can't really say if he zeroed or not, but that was damn close to opposite drift. That was close. He kept it going, but that affected the chase driver still, but he already had a 0, so I'm not sure, to be honest. Let's watch it here again. Coming down into the bowl, as we call it over here.
What happened? Christian just could not get a drift going.
No. I mean, the grip down there, it's a shaded area too, so maybe it's way cooler than it is up here. Ooh,
well,
that was definitely...
Well, he did not opposite drift. Yes, he did not...
He parked almost, but he kept it going.
Yeah. I do not think that is a 0.
No, but if Christian did not have that 0 from the start there, came up behind him, got choked out like that, that's the lead driver's fault, 100%.
Absolutely.
It's going to be interesting seeing what the judges say about this one. It's going to be interesting.
Well, we have half the battle.
Yep.
So now it's Christian's lead. I hope that he can actually show what he's capable of, because he is, when he is consistent, he is one of the top drivers in Europe, and he has actually proven that a few times. I'm not just pulling that out of my bum, but this is a driver with huge potential.
Yes. So Joakim actually had a collision during practice. He kind of got into a rear end of some wagon I heard about. It's a pretty cool wagon though, but yeah, and got some leaks going with the radiators and stuff, so they had to work on that car. Luckily he made it back out here. So let's see how he does chasing Christian. Alrighty, here we go. Initiating there.
Christian is far out.
Dang, that is a wide line there.
Ooh, yeah, he nails it.
I like it. Picasso, I like it. Going out outer 2 here, fills that zone perfectly.
shot like Joachim trying to follow him here around.
Beautiful. Filling all of outer 3.
Here we see potential from Joachim Ozol. Trying to
absolutely
redeem himself. It's a good job of here. We see the gap start to increase, and Christian just steps on it.
Honestly, that lead was amazing.
Fantastic work. But
what the heck happened during your chase, bud?
Yeah, that is what I'm talking about. It's consistency.
Yeah.
It's a very, very big part of this. I actually see former champions out here in front of our booth. A few Swedish former champions and very high-ranked drivers just hanging out, just not competing, just talking.
They're chilling.
It's awesome to see.
Let's see here. I'll cut that line a little bit in there to get that proximity.
Yeah, so here we see Christian misses the inner clip 1 and does a fairly good job on 2.
Yes.
How does he do on zone 3?
That transition was beautiful, but he did slow down a little bit there, Joachim, I'm talking about.
Feels.
Good proximity there. That is also a really good line coming through there. That's a zone that the judges are going to look a lot on. Coming out of 3 into.
Very wide there. Has to adjust not to hit the wall. I think that Christian did a very good job at a lead run here. Problem is, he has probably a 0 from the last one.
Yes, exactly. Let's see who gets it. Joachim also very good chase. Cut and corrected a little bit here and there. Maybe was unsure if Christian's car was good, you know.
Oh,
all right.
Looks like a 1 more time. Oh, you can see the look on Joachim's face here.
Joachim got it.
Let me see. Yeah, that would be a very strange thing of the 1 more time, is it?
I think they're rolling through those technological things right now. It's the first round, so bear with us from some of those things.
But looking at the person who waves the flag, the motion that he did is for a 1 more time.
All right.
So,
well, then maybe they switched it back over to.
I think it is a 1 more time. I'm very interested to see why.
Yes. All right. They brought up their names again here.
So
now is when I want to talk to the judges. Like, come on over here, let me know more.
So we're gonna move on. We hope that we maybe got a text message from some of them. Maybe have some explanations later. We'll see about that. But on to the next battle, which is Robert Åhäll and Mattias Nordeng. And Robert Åhäll in this blue BMW E92, and Mattias Nordeng from Norway is in this Chaser JZX 100, a beautiful car.
That Chaser is gorgeous.
Let's see how they do on track, though.
Initiates. Oh, that angle is nice.
Yeah, Robert is famous for his massive angles.
However, it did miss outer.
But he is a little bit shallow in line here in the lead position, which makes Mattias have to follow him a little bit awkward. Wow, scraping the bumpers there. Beautiful work by Robert. Massive, massive smoke cloud here from Robert.
Yeah.
Oh, Mattias misses out entirely. Just get lost in the smoke. Finishes out strong. Oh! Contact. Right at the end.
Yeah, I think they smoked themselves out.
Yeah.
There.
Something like that. Let me see.
Alrighty, let's look at this.
Robert is just on.
That entry is beautiful, I gotta say. And on angle. It's just unfortunate he had a little bit too much angle, I think, to reach out. He slowed himself down a little bit there.
Shallow.
Inner clip was fine. Outer is all right. It's all right.
Here we see.
Outer 3, gorgeous.
Oh, beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Let's see how Mattias.
You see that smoke cloud right there?
I think just Mattias does his transition too early.
He might have. He might have too. It's pretty hard.
Way too early.
That is the tricky zone right there, coming out of 3 to reach over to that inner clip number 2 and outer 4.
What is a little bit hard to see here, but the sun has come out.
Yes, that's
which
beautiful.
Makes the smoke impossible to see through.
Yes, I love sunshine though. It's warm.
Well, yeah, obviously, but you know.
All right, so we have a 5-minute for number 5, which is Robert. So
is that because of the contact?
I don't know.
No.
He's taking a 5 minute, maybe something didn't feel 100%. He'd rather be safe than sorry, make it through the top 16. However, me personally, if I'm all right and it felt okay, I'd probably want to save it for top 16 if I have any issues coming up.
Yeah, and especially there is a kind of a clause here and the rules that usually says that if you have a let me see here what happens.
So he went over that whole inner clip a little bit too.
Wait. Is Robert cutting the course? Is that what happens? Because he cut corner there. We're going off course a little bit. Could that have something? Because if Matthias hit him,
Robert is supposed to aim up towards the wall, towards the start there.
Yes.
He is supposed to. That might have been the cause of contact, actually, because he's supposed to come on out to the wall and let that follow car have space behind him.
Yeah.
When they're done, like here, they're done getting judged, they're going to go up there, and he straightens out right there and smacks him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened there.
Yeah, so to play devil's advocate here, if Matthias hits him, it usually means that Matthias is at fault, which means that Robert in the blue BMW has ample time to fix his car. He does not need to take a 5 minute.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, however, if Robert stops early...
Yep.
Oh, that rim is... Oh my God.
Oh, he did beat it.
I was right.
He did beat it.
Oh my God, it was the off track. Oh my God, sometimes the gamble pays off.
Yeah.
So he went off track, and that was it. And he debeated the tire.
Wow.
So the contact is not the problem.
It was not. It must.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate after such a lead run.
Oh, he was going so strong.
Oh, man.
So he's calling his 5 minute, or attempting to now, and we got some debris on track, so they're going to clean that up a little bit. All right, let's see here. Where does he DB? Does he DB?
On the outer into zone 4.
Yes. Oh, yeah, it goes
here.
wide out there.
Yeah.
Ba-boom, and yeah, he drops a little bit there. Oh, yeah. Phew. Poor drone. Shout out to the drone guys, by the way.
Yeah.
I love you, and thank you so much for these views, because you can only see so much from certain corners of the track, you know,
God.
and especially on one that has that bowl that goes all the way down there to that wall.
I mean, talking in general, drones in this sport has really revolutionized the game.
Absolutely.
Ever since they stepped onto the scene, it's just like, oh my God, we can see everything. It's beautiful.
It's like, I can see. I can see.
It's more of a, what is it, Aladdin? I can show you the world. Let me see. Number 7 has a by run, which is unfortunate. Is wait, number 7? Should that not have been? Oh, never mind. Sorry about that. It is Kristoffer Syvertsen in this BMW has a by run. He was supposed to meet Andreas Övergård, who was in. He has to. Well, he did not get to the start line, whatever the fault is. And,
you gotta make it.
Unfortunate. This BMW E46 by Kristoffer is beautiful. I love this car. The livery is amazing.
I love that. The shifting is like the color shift in it.
Yeah.
And it's still majority black too, so it's clean as hell. All right, doing his by run right here.
He does not take it easy. He wants to be all the way. Oh my goodness.
All right.
Awesome job by Kristoffer.
Nice transition over there. I love that line that he took right there. Because see how perfectly he got into that inner clip and comes out to the zone here?
Just as I say that drone shots are beautiful, this is exactly what I'm talking about.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. That is the run of the day for me.
That was gorgeous. I agree. That was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Well, congratulations to Kristoffer. He goes on to the top 16.
Did you manage to talk to Kristoffer in any way?
Unfortunately, he was out practicing. Every time I try to get a hold of him, he was on. I mean,
well, it shows, right?
It does. It does show. Absolutely. He has a 2JZ in that machine with 622 horsepower.
Yeah, it moves on to the top 16.
Yep.
A Norwegian driver again.
What they doing over there? All right, we got some Boss fronts going on here and some Mercedes stuff going on. I love those Boss fronts, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, they're cool. So I thought it was actually an American-inspired front end, but it's not.
No?
No.
Where's it from?
It's a Datsun.
Oh,
the old Nissans.
That is true.
Yeah.
I love that it gives it a little bit more of a vintage, vintage vibe.
Yeah. I did not like when I saw it through the American angle, when I was like, oh no, it's Japanese, it's the old Datsuns. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Oh, cool. I was like, obviously, why would it be American? Makes no sense.
Alrighty, so we have one Norwegian, one Swedish here.
Yeah, Filip Josefsson is in this orange, is it black? Was it black? Orange and black? Let's just say orange. That's what I see from here in this S14. But,
you and your eyesight, man.
Hey, man. I don't know what to do about it. But the Mercedes A-Class here has been on fire this whole weekend, and I'm just excited to see him go through this. But Filip Josefsson is right there, trying to close the gap, cuts the line a little bit into zone 3. Outer zone 3 is going to be tight for him here. Misses out. All the way out. Beautiful. Olaf Haugen Halsdal from Norway does a beautiful job here.
Yep. Coming into inner number 2 and down to the bowl. Outer 4, he reaches out. Oh, look at that angle. That is gorgeous. And Filip catches up.
Yeah.
Beautifully done, guys. Beautifully done.
So you hear his cheerleading squad?
Oh, are they out here?
Oh,
are they out
I hear
here?
them through
oh
the
my
headset.
goodness, they are amazing. I love those guys.
Yeah, Filip Josefsson has his own cheerleading squad.
So Filip actually had some transmission issues earlier, and it kept knocking him out of gear. So here, clearly, I think he's staying in gear pretty good.
Yeah, looks like it at least, but big
that
gap
was
to
a
catch
little
up there.
weird initiation on the follow there for sure. Going up to the inner 1, both get it. The proximity isn't really there. He kind of falls off a little bit here.
Yeah, but Olaf in this Mercedes just on it.
Dude, that guy is amazing as well. Everyone's so amazing up here. I don't know.
It's crazy.
It's beautiful, but he lives for this.
Yeah,
like he lives
really
for the
stands
drifting.
out. There are a few, I think it's mostly Norwegian drivers, I would say, that I saw yesterday who really stands out on aggressiveness. Like
Yes.
this is style points.
Yes. And it's so fluid. His lap was really fluid. I love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is his passion. He switched some sponsors around, and he had to go into his savings that he had for 2024 to even be able to compete out here. Like, he lives for this sport.
Wow.
It is so admirable. I love it.
Yeah, just keep throwing money into that dark pit that is drifting.
Yep. Miracles always happen when you don't expect them.
Yeah.
Or when you don't have time for them either.
Exactly. So, switching them around. And Olaf is going to lead Filip around.
Oh, Filip is leading.
Sorry. Gotta mix around.
Yeah, one important thing there, too, is that the chase driver isn't too close. He's got to give space to that lead driver to initiate. Otherwise, he might zero.
You will see Olaf taking a little bit of a shallow line here to try to catch up to Filip in front. But it might not pay off. There's a huge mistake there from Olaf in the Mercedes.
It is. Both of
space here. Is he going to catch up?
He's there, but he's transitioning a little. Diving in. I love it.
He needs to close this out now if he needs to. Oh, is it going to work? It will not. Filip is quick.
Wow.
Filip, who used to drive a BMW E36 Touring, and he was insanely fast in that car, and I don't know if he had time to build up to that kind of speed here. Wow, parking close there.
Oh, wow.
Literally wheel to wheel.
It's a little fist bump. It's like, hey, good job, dude. Good job. Fist bump. Boom. That's how I broke my car last time I drove it.
That's a beautiful. I would have liked to see that from the top there. I would see how close they are, but it looks like Olaf in the Mercedes was very, very close on the inside of Filip. But there's a huge mistake by Filip out to outside zone 2.
I think Olaf cut the line a little bit shallow coming out of outer 1 there, and it kind of messed up his line coming out here. Here he's doing awesome. Transitioning, mimicking. Falls back a little bit there. Dives in.
Yeah.
But he does mimic the line. It's just that proximity coming out of the bowl. Since it's uphill, you got to really have some speed through it.
Exactly.
You can't let off one tiny bit. This is such a technical track. It is. If you do one little mistake, it might be done for you.
Yeah, it's going to cost you throughout the whole track. If you get on the wrong line, you're kind of not set up to do the rest.
Is it Swedish or Norwegian going through here? He's like, should I get out of the car? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. And Hampus there with the flag, waving beautifully in the wind.
Who's it landing on?
So it's
Olof Hagenhausdal who moves on to the top 16. Oh, he is very happy about that.
Aww.
As would I be. It's such a cool car. Like such an unexpected car to drive.
It is. It's the only A-class Mercedes out here.
Yeah, hot boy racer.
Oh yeah.
It's a good size. All right, moving on. We're trying to move quick here.
Here we have the only qualified Finland driver. Finish.
Yeah. Let's see if he can finish.
Will the finish? Dad jokes. You got dad jokes for days.
So funny.
Wow. And Tor Arne Kvia from Norway here.
Yeah, the experienced European Championship driver.
Yep, he's been driving a lot.
Yeah.
He was the Norwegian Drift Championship, Norwegian Drift Champion 2020, driven at Drift Masters, but right now he's taking a little break and focusing on that Scandinavian driving, and he's feeling great and for the competition today.
Him in this pink S13.
Yep.
With a huge V8.
Roaring.
Beautiful. Niklas Wijk in his 350Z with a V8 and a twin turbo.
Yep.
Wow, he's doing a good job.
They are.
He's trying to catch up slowly, but it's just impossible to see anything in the smoke.
It is. I hear them out here, though. They're still going. They're still going. They made it through the
Someone's
smoke.
drifting somewhere.
All right, let's see how Wijk leads and Kvia follows.
This might be a tough one.
Yeah.
His car might be a little bit quicker. And he is also a much more experienced driver, and he has probably never met Niklas Wijk before.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you know what to expect?
Come on, Finland, you got to finish for Finland. Finish for Finland.
We talked to Niklas as well, and he said that he has no practice. He did not have much of a testing.
No.
He had 45 centimeters of snow.
Yep.
Which is like a foot
This
and a half.
event is his test and shakedown.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of crazy. He had one test day, tried to get some things going, but it wasn't enough. So he's been doing a lot of testing here. It's amazing to see what kind of, what they all go through. It's kind of crazy.
Yep. It is pretty gnarly. It's definitely a lot of sacrifices for this sport. Going from Finland, I'm not sure if they took the ferry or if they drove around the top, and that is like 18 hours for round one of the Scandinavian Drift Series here. It is amazing to have all these countries in this competition right now, though.
Yeah. So what do you think? Pink and gold of Kvia's car? Does it suit him? He used to run blue.
It suits him. It suits him.
You think so?
Yeah, it has a little pinkish personality there. I love it.
It is a bit of an unusual kind of car, S13 with a PS13 front. So the front end of that car does not look like that usually. Well, there are models, but they are incredibly rare, called PÅSKSLADDEN and Onivia. They are just like, you can't find them outside Japan. They just don't exist.
No.
Like, it is a unicorn.
It is. There's a lot of Asian cars out here. A lot of Asian engines.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, looks like the drivers are ready here.
Switch in place.
Wijk in the lead and Kvia in the follow, or in the chase, I should say.
You see Wijk
enters in.
A bit of a, not as an aggressive initiation that we wanted, but Kvia is right on his back.
Did he push him out to angle there? Hey, I'll give you a little help here. You got this.
Throwing in a little bit shallow into zone number 3, leaving it a bit early. Could have a better line. Niklas there on the front.
That was a little.
Creates a gap because of that understeer. Takes a very wide line, misses the inner clip number 2.
Yep.
The outer zone number 4 misses that as well. But Kvia is right there all the way through. Beautiful run by Tor Arne Kvia. And here he shows his experience. He sees that Niklas Wijk is going offline. He does the adjustments. Tor Arne, he does not react. He anticipates.
Yes.
So he adjusts before the thing happens.
Yes.
And it really shows that his experience is there.
Yes. You got to keep an eye on that lead driver, what they're doing all the time. Preferably look at that front wheel a little bit, see how much they're throwing angle in and if they're going to slow down. But this is beautifully done, chasing this guy here. See, even there, he almost straightened out. He's still there. He's like, all right, I see what you're doing.
And then tries to catch up again. Knows that they're going shallow. Toronto's changing that.
Yep.
He lets him go again. There's transition on the inside. Knows that it's going to be a bit of a gap.
There, yeah.
Catches up again. It's beautiful. Just textbook drifting adjustments.
Yeah, that is a beautiful chase.
It's messy, but it shows that, you know, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. And some people might have gotten freaked out, you know, and just shut it down, shut it down.
Yeah.
He's like, I know what's happening here.
Tor-Arne Kvia moves on to the top 16. He is in for tonight's show. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Yeah, I make decisions to glow. Ridiculous flow, potential to glow. You know, I just do that. Consolidate my regions, line it up, put them together. Anyone that ever let me down, forget them forever. My memory's bad. Remember me though? My memory's gone. My memory, it limits me home. No tree huggers, cause all the lumber's gone. Niggas knocking on wood. Pass through the hood when it's good and they chopping up wood. Breaking up.
All right.
Okay. Tor-Arne Kvia and Niklas Wik are out of the game. So we're going to see Christian Erlandsson and Joakim Andersson. That was a
one more time there.
One more time. I'm very curious on how that happened. I could see a few things that happened in that battle that would make that decision, but it is a little bit puzzling still.
Yes.
It doesn't matter because we're here.
We're here now.
Now it's time to settle this.
Absolutely.
And I think we have a maximum of 2 one more times. And then a decision has to be made. So we can't do like 10 one more times.
Oh, wonderful. I love that.
Yes. So a maximum of 2.
All
Here
right.
we go. Joakim Andersson is going to lead Christian Erlandsson. Christian Erlandsson, who had a straightening in his first round behind here. Let's not see that happen again.
A little bit
Christian
shallow.
is on it, wants to show that he is the one who's going to go to the top 16. But Joakim Andersson is not letting that happen. Drives away from one of Sweden's absolute fastest runners. Christian is not going to be happy about that policy. Oh, huge! Wow. Big mistake there from, I think it's just Christian.
Yeah, he angled up a little bit there. Maybe he got...
I don't know if that is a mistake from Joakim that pushes Christian to do this. It did not look like that.
No. Oh, we got a bumper hanging.
Oh, that's going to be expensive if you keep driving.
Bumper budgets, you know.
It always sucks. Like, oh, you drive. Oh, it's kind of hanging. It's, oh, I can make it. Boom. And then the car just eats it and explodes in 1,000 pieces.
Now they caught it a good time here. Okay, let's see what happened out there with that whole angling up. Because sometimes if a driver slows down where they're not supposed to really and had to correct themselves from the line.
That entry, that initiation by Joakim was not very good, and it put Christian in a very bad spot.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's enough. So let's see where Joakim. What happened here?
He's trying to catch up. That proximity was gone a little bit. Oof.
Yeah, yeah, Christian is just on the inside.
Yeah, he's offline.
I can't see that Joakim pushed him to do that or affected him.
Oh, and wow.
Yeah,
All right.
That's a lot there as well. Christian on the inside too. It's like clip number 2.
Yeah, maybe he was trying to.
He was just trying to catch up ground.
Trying to catch up and then grips up and doesn't go sideways the way he wants and cuts shallow. Goes forward instead of sideways.
Yeah, so I think a big mistake here from Joakim in his initiation puts Christian in a bad spot. However, Christian has time to put his run back together, throw it into zone 3.
Yes.
And when he's in zone 3, he looks like he's doing a good job, but he gets into the inside. And what happens is that he gets too close, has to adjust his angle, and then loses momentum, and that was it.
Yeah.
So, is it Joakim's fault? Yes and no.
Exactly. I agree on that.
I mean, the judges expect the drivers to be able to adjust.
Yes, you
So
got to
saying
adjust
that,
to the lead.
Oh, Joachim threw me off because it's a bad entry. Sure, that's one thing, but there was space for you to do your thing.
Yes.
So.
Especially power alling over here too, outer three.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, can cut the line a little bit, make up proximity, but once out there, they look like they were pretty close, and then you should be mimicking the other driver still. Might be a momentum thing for him. Maybe got in his head, got thrown off at that entry, who knows? But at that point, it's on the chase driver. According to me, I'm no judge, I gotta say.
That's why you have to practice like mindfulness. You have to be in the moment. Always.
Focus! Focus!
So, here we leave the line. Christian now, this is a person who is usually drives better when he's angry.
Yeah.
So let's see if he's worked himself up.
Look at that. Does angle up a little bit there, but goes in the inner clip one and out to outer
here
two.
We go. This is the Christian I'm used to seeing. Very aggressive. All the
on
way
the
out.
wall.
Yes, he's leaving. Yes, he's leaving when he's supposed to. Leaving Joachim behind. Like, bye. See you later. This is what I'm talking about. Kristen is incredibly fast.
And that was really, it was the same thing last time. His follow or his chase lap was like, what the hell happened there? And then he goes out and leads, and it's freaking perfect.
Yeah.
What you doing, bud?
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be a close one again, I think, because both of them had some issues there. However, I think, let's see here.
I can't see Kristen doing anything wrong here. I mean, it's not a perfect run, but what I'm saying is that he doesn't push Joachim to do anything bad. Like, he's on his line.
Well, Joachim is right there, though. He was right there. That is a good chase as well.
Kristen invites him going deep into the zones. Like, does not take any weird lines. Smooth on the wheel. Maybe a little bit shallow on that transition there, but yeah.
Joachim slid out a little bit there.
Yeah.
It's that thing like we were talking about earlier, anticipating what the lead driver is going to do to where you don't overcorrect anything, because that can mess you up so bad. But I think both lead and follow there were really solid. I'm just like baffled. Like, Christian, what the heck was that? What was the chase?
Yeah.
You're doing so good leading. Come on now.
So if I was a gambling man.
Oh boy, here we go with your sayings. I've heard about those.
Which I'm not. But if I was a gambling man.
If you were.
I would say that Joachim has this.
Yes. I think it was just more consistent, both lead and follow. Same as last time. There's some hiccups here and there, of course, but a little bit more consistent if we look at his lead and his follow versus Christian's lead and his follow.
Yeah.
Or chase.
Now I'm worried what kind of reputation I have.
Someone's like, you're going to hear, if I was a gambling man. I'm like, all right, let's see if it says it. I'm like, there it is. There it is. It's good, though. I like it. Picasso.
So a lot of deliberation here from the judges. Something to keep in mind. I will be repeating that throughout this competition, but something to keep in mind is that you will be getting the feeling that these decisions might take a long time to get through. That is just because this course is very short. So usually on a big track, we have time to actually, the judges have time to deliberate while the drivers get back into this position, and now they go straight here, so it feels like we're standing still for a long time. Could this be?
Ooh, we got a one more time there.
Oh my God,
my
one
goodness.
more time. What is happening?
Again. A second one more time. After that, the judges have to make up their mind. It is very hard to be a judge in this sport, though, because there's so many little things you got to keep an eye on, and it takes a while sometimes. So it might be a really close battle, and you don't want to misjudge anything.
I'm sitting here laughing a bit. Yeah, we're just going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
Yeah, I make decisions to glow. Ridiculous flow, potential to glow. You know, I just do that. Consolidate my readers, line it up, put them together. Anyone that ever let me down, forget them forever. My memory's bad. Remember me though? My memory's gone. My memory, it limits me home. Don't tree huggers, cause all the lumber's gone. Niggas knocking on wood. Pass through the hood when it's good and they chopping up wood. Breaking up.
looking at the bird's eye view of the track here at what we call PÅSKSLADDEN here at Gatebil Scandinavian Drift Series presented by Meguiar's at the Elmia-mässan, the biggest car show in Sweden, held in Jönköping each year during Easter holidays. Beautiful time to be here to start the season. It's a little bit chilly and has been for the past 5 years. Usually back in the day when I was doing these events, I could actually be out here in just shorts if I wanted to sometimes. Usually just in a hoodie. But that has not been the case for quite some time. And I can't say that I'm super happy about it, but, you know, we do what we have to do. You can see all the burnout circles here.
That's gorgeous.
It's from
the show.
It's beautiful. So just a little bit of a comment. You know, you got to feed the trolls a little bit. But looking at the faces of Joakim Andersson and Christian Erlandsson when they got the decision that it's a one more time, they were not happy about that.
They're like,
they
really?
were not happy.
Again?
None of them. Neither of them were. They were both looking like, what? So that is a very interesting decision here from the judges it's not clear to me, and it's very, very important for me to push on really that the level of driving here is so high, and I've spoken to the judges about this. The level is so high that they are literally going to be splitting hairs constantly.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very tough to actually get these drivers in a very clear position. So we're going to do the second half of Robert Wohel and Mattias Nordingen. Mattias Nordingen is going to lead here in his orange and black Chaser JZX 100, and Robert Wohel in his beautiful BMW E92 is going to follow. And is he going to do a good enough job here? Ooh. Robert Wohel with massive angle, but it does not keep the speed or the line that Mattias has. Needs to match that, and he does not. Gets kind of left behind here.
A little bit. He choked himself out a little bit there going up to outer 3. Here's inner 2. He's very shallow there as well. Yeah. Feel like Mattias is doing a very good job leading. He's smooth, consistent, doesn't do any major like hiccups that I could see.
Not at all. And we spoke a little bit about this yesterday, joking about how big this car is. And as I said, it's just a boat. Like, it's a cruise ship.
It's a luxury cruise ship for families going to store.
We're going starboard.
All right, that's a nice entry there. And he keeps that same angle going down to outer 1. They'll come up to the inner.
Both mistakes from Mattias here.
No, it's very smooth. I love how he transitions over and it's just at the angle he needs to be, and he doesn't correct that angle a lot. It's very smooth.
And that is something that you really want to see from a driver, like throwing the car up on angle and just sit there.
Yeah.
Like, don't adjust a whole lot.
Nope.
That's a very, very good style indicator. That's going to score you high in a qualification run for once.
Also, here style is...
It is accounted for, but it's still, you know.
But it keeps it, like, it gives you the chase driver... He just knows what you're going to do.
Yeah, you give him every opportunity to read you, where you're going, what you're doing.
A little bit shallow there, but
I would
beautiful.
Say Mattias could not have made that easier for Robert.
No.
He could not have made that easier. And Robert did not follow. And that is a very, very harsh thing here. And this track makes this kind of battle stand out in a very poor way for the chase driver. I think he's going to... go over to Robert here and congratulate him on just having a good battle. And Robert Wohel is moving on. Robert Wohel is moving on. So,
yeah, I don't really remember what happened on their first lap there. So it might have been something.
You shouldn't have said that. You should never acknowledge that. I'm kidding.
I'm just being honest, man.
Yeah.
So that has something to do with it. But Robert goes on, and up next we have Wetmark and Ågren.
Victor Wetmark and Filip Ågren, who are very, very potent drivers both, but have seen some issues. Did you manage to talk to any of these guys and see what they had to say? I think that Victor Wetmark is he's very excited to meet Filip here, but let's see if it goes all the way. This is 14 in the lead is beautiful. It's such a show car.
Oh no!
He moves around.
Spins.
No, Victor, what happened?
So one thing he had some issues with during the preseason testing was his clutch not releasing. So he would be stuck in gear and not getting it out. It would not release out the gear.
Terrible thing.
And during practice, it was so-and-so as well. But I don't really know. Let's see here. Goes in.
He just loops it.
Yep. Just loops. And he's on throttle there and everything. So who knows?
I mean, the drivers have spoken about, it's kind of hard to see that on the live stream here, but it is, as I said, a quite steep hill, which makes the car light. And if you just lose momentum there in the front wheels, or you lose grip, you're going to loop the car. It might have happened. And it's quite bumpy.
Yep.
Just inside that section. So going downhill, the car and momentum and the weight, the inertia of the car is such that it's kind of pulling you around. And if you have a bump at the exact wrong moment and your front end lifts up, you have no grip and you're going to loop it.
Yep. All right, Philippe in the lead here. Initiates.
V8 monster. That's 13 with that's 15 front.
Going down to outer one, coming up for inner one. It's a little bit off there, but he makes it out to outer two and goes over to outer three. Let's see if he can keep that up against the wall there, and he does. That is beautiful.
Leaves that zone early, nice and tight, as they wanted to do.
Coming back over to inner two. Can't really see anything. There we go. Ah, beautiful. He's out at outer four and
really
finishes
cool
out.
Angle. The top shot, I like it.
I like that. Then you can see that zone and everything. Not be in the middle of the smoke. That was a really nice lead. So he actually had some car issues as well during practice yesterday and qualifying and stuff. Philippe. So they got that fixed clearly. It's looking good out there.
A go-kart driver, I think, from the start, comes from the racing world.
Ooh.
Used to winning, used to be on the top spot, and just started drifting. And he was one of the first people who had a very, very advanced suspension setup and usually just drag raced people out of a battle. He was so quick. But other people have caught up since then. But you can see the separation here. So, yeah, I have no idea where this is going, actually. Well, yes, I do. Victor Wettermark spun in the first lap, so I don't have a...
Yeah, unfortunately, his lead is a 0, and Philippe's lead is not.
Let's see where the flag falls before the graphic tells us something else.
Yeah, I don't trust these right now.
Right. oh, he's putting down. He's putting it down.
All right. It was like we thought. We're not going to say too much right now. We're just going to be quiet.
Moves on to top 16, number 666, the number of the beast. Oh, Philip is not. He's not a beast. He's a very sweet person. But
I wonder what made him choose that number. I'm going to go ask him that today. Be like, yo, why?
Yeah, I think he's a little bit of a devilish kind of character, but he's very sweet. He drives like a madman, though. All right, moving on. Here we have the reigning champion in Sweden, Mattias Johansson, has become champion. And a very, very talented driver has won in Norway as well, Odd Helge Helstad.
Yeah.
In this red, white, and black S14. So Swedish against
Norwegian. Nice number, though, 69. I like it. Picasso. Nice.
That is not the picture of Mattias Johansson, however.
No, I was like,
okay. Let's see where we go with that.
All right, initiate.
Old Helge, a little bit shallow.
Yeah.
This is the outside zone number 1. Let's see, inside clip 1 nails it. Outside zone 2, it's barely there, but he is there technically. Mattias Johansson takes a higher line. Has a bit of a hiccup inside Old Helge. What is happening with Mattias here? Grips up, cannot get the momentum and stay in drift on the angle that we need him to. Throws it into, so, oh my God, he's 4 wheels off track. What is happening with Mattias?
That was off. Wow.
Oh my God, that was off.
That was off. Oh my goodness. So he had a really good proximity during practice, from what I could see, but he wasn't 100% on following the lead driver's line.
So one of the outstanding things about Mattias here in the black car, he is one of the absolute few. I think I can't think of 2 other drivers most at most 2 other drivers, who can drive a full lap and not let off.
That's nice.
It is insane. Like the level of skill is insane. But I don't know what happened here. And we have seen last season as well, Matthias had some issues in his driving. I don't know. He just did not find his line, wasn't comfortable with the car, some mechanical issues. I don't know what this is. I was going to speak to him, but he was getting inside the car to go out and practice. And I was like, we're going to have to talk later. And I did not get the opportunity. So it's unfortunate that he did not perform as he's used to.
Yeah.
Then again, Odd Helge Helstad is representing Norway here. He's not going to take any prisoners.
No. He has some nitrous on that. 2JZ of his too, which is nice. I love nitrous. I have that on my car. It gives it just enough spice, you know, just a little extra spice there. It's perfect. But this is the first test for the year for his car.
Yep.
He hasn't been able to practice on the ice or anything, so he was kind of nervous going into competition now. He's happy, qualified and everything, a little bit nervous, but you can't tell he's nervous on those laps. That was solid.
No, definitely not. And Odd Helge Helstad is also one of those drivers who can just pull a full lap at full gas.
Yeah.
We can't really see that here.
Yeah. Now, one thing I love about Scandinavia that I missed when I lived in Florida was ice drifting. That ice time, the seat time you get on the ice. Because honestly, I went out with Fredrik Westbo and his wife Hunter, and they were practicing with their Supras, and they only have 300 horse. But with those spike tires, the rally level spike tires, they give the same grip as their competition cars, which is amazing. So that's a really cool thing with Scandinavia. It's a lot of ice drifting going on. Both Norway, Sweden. I could only imagine Finland since they had 45 centimeters of snow.
You know, it's just ice driving all year around.
So it's like everyone thinks there's a big off season, but yeah, it's off season for your competition summer car, I guess, because you got to refresh and stuff. But I think almost everyone has a winter car that they go shred on the ice with, and it is beautiful. Then we also have a few people that are more comfortable practicing on simulators. Doesn't cost as much. You don't wreck your car when you wreck it, kind of thing, which is super cool too. Personally, I've never done that.
But it's also, it is hard to translate that.
Yes.
I have about 6,000 hours in the simulator.
Yeah.
So I have some
Wow,
experience.
that's cool. I have none. I could, like me, when I get in a simulator, I don't know what the heck's going on because I can't feel it.
Yeah, it's very different. But I have competed in those kinds of environments, and it's very interesting. But it does translate in a lot of theoretical way.
Yes, you can see what setups do what to a car and stuff a little bit.
I would say that is less of it, but it's more of a the mental game of driving, like the getting into battles constantly. You're tandeming, and you know how to train your muscle memory. I'm going to transition here. I'm going to do this here. I'm used to this situation.
All right, here we go.
We're switching places. Matthias is now leading. This is his strength. So let's see him pull this out. And Odd Helge Helstad's strength is actually following. So let's see where this is going. And
falls off a little bit.
Something might have happened in the bowl there. Going into the power alley on outer zone number 3. Matthias is showing his A game here in his lead.
I like how Odd Helge kind of adjusted to where he wanted the line to be. He didn't cut it too shallow there to catch up. He'd rather have that gap and focus on the line. But that proximity can't really mimic the lead either. It's too far away.
Yeah, I wonder what happened in the bowl here.
Yeah, I want to see that drone, the bird's eye view.
Yeah, the bird's eye view,
cut out a little bit there, unfortunately.
Something must have happened because this battle should have been a lot closer.
Here we go. Please give us the bird's eye view.
We'll see about that.
Initiation is solid on lead. Follow is a little bit shallow. Yeah, it's
lead
a little
is also
shallow.
a big
Yeah, it kind of got a little cut
Matthias.
off.
Yeah, he is. Matthias is shallow all around. He is not inside the zone. Here he fills it pretty well. Let's see when Matthias leaves it in the black car here. He leaves it when he should.
I wonder if he paused a little bit too long shifting up coming out of the bowl. So he got a little choked there.
Might have happened.
But
tough one.
It is. It is a tough one. So we have one S14 and one S14 and a half.
Yeah.
And a half.
S14.5.
All right.
Do you know what an S14.9 is?
I have no clue, dude. I drive Fords in America when I was there, and here I like Volvos. I mean, I like all cars. All cars are cool in their own way.
Yeah.
All right, it looks like Odd Helge Helgestad is going through to top 16 here.
Well, Helgestad moves on.
He moves
Congratulations. Very happy about that. You can see him in the car. He looks like a 6th grader.
He is
so
such
young.
a baby face. He has such a baby face.
Yeah, I'm kind of jealous.
All right, we're back to the third time. Third time's the charm here. Let's do this thing.
Okay, no more one more times after this.
No, they
Literally
can't.
Cannot be.
They can't. Not allowed. And let's see here. We have Joakim Andersson and Christian Erlandsson, both Swedish wild cards at this competition.
Okay, so let's bet. If Christian has a good follow run, he's going to win this.
I thought you were going to be like, if he has a good follow, I'll buy you a beer.
Well,
Wow.
I'll do that too.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right, let's see. Come on now.
Oh, late initiation
That
by
was
Christian
late.
there. He did not want to miss out. Let's see him do well here.
Coming out of the pole.
Yeah, leaving a bit of a gap. Easy pulls out in outer zone number 3, going down to the power alley. Where are they? Oh, he's doing the same thing on the inside. On the inside, has to do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Exact same thing. Pulling too much angle, leaves him no space, and slows him down too much.
Yeah, he cuts that a little bit shallow there.
Yeah, I think this is Joachim. I'm going to say it right now.
I mean, we still have one more lap.
Yeah,
Anything can happen.
I'm just going to jinx it. That's,
Don't.
that's
Hey, can't do that. That's not allowed.
Let me see if
Don't
I
jinx
can,
people.
pull up.
We did that once each yesterday.
Yeah,
so
oh yeah. Oh yeah. We
let's see here. We got that rerun. Enters a little bit late there in the chase. Comes down to outer 1. Joachim is out there. Erlandsson is a little bit shallow. They both hit inner clip number 1, and Erlandsson kind of misses that outer 2. There he cuts that line a little bit, or angles up, and gets a little bit lost in the sauce, I believe. Because those transitions are not mimicking that lead driver right now, unfortunately. Gain some proximity there, and there is that lap.
I am in the chat now on YouTube.
Hey, perfect.
So we finally got some internet connection here. It's very, very hard to get. So
that's awesome.
Very excited about that, to be inside the chat here.
And thank you to everyone that's watching the live stream and being with us, even if you're not able to be in Jönköping right now at the Custom Motor Show. It does mean a lot.
It's fantastic.
All right, let's see. Christian lead here and Joachim follow or chase. And they both enter at the same time. That was a beautiful entry of the chase. Christian gets down there in outer 1 pretty good. Does have a lot of angle. And keeps it up though. Gets out to outer 2 and going over to outer 3. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Again. Yo. Transitions over.
Yeah, he's exactly
that line
where
is
he
really
needs to be.
nice, and he gets that inner clip number 2 coming
just
down to
nails
outer
it.
4. He does. He really. Oh my goodness, he is on that wall. That is gorgeous. Wow.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I see it here in the chat talking about virtual drifting a little bit. Oh, I see a little bit of from Vosan here. I think Vosan is a car pack in a set of Corsa or something like that. I'm not in that space anymore.
Okay.
He's questioning my 6,000 hours. That being said, I started in 2008, so it's been a while. It's not like 6,000 years in a year, you know, 6,000 hours in a year. So I think that Christian here does a very good job, as always, in his lead runs. And Joachim straightens out a little bit here, tries to catch up. Christian is very fast. It's just a repeat, I would say.
It is.
And
they
here
have
we see
different
that
driving
separation.
styles when they come out of a zone. Christian kind of angles up a little bit for that style, I believe. And it kind of messes up Joachim a little bit, it seems like. However, Joachim is still following pretty decently. Kind of chokes up a little bit there. All right, let's see. They cannot do another one more time. They only have 2 of those, so the judges have to really take their time on this and focus in on who they think won. 2 wild cards, which means they're only doing this 1 round, so they're not signed up for the whole series. Some people use it as a practice for another series they might be doing in the year, getting into that competition vibe, you know. So it's a lot in a head game. It's a lot. So some people use this competition here to test, which is perfect.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You have concrete walls. It's technical. You get to shake down the car. It's perfect.
I think that both drivers here, unfortunately, are going to be very disappointed by the decision here because they fought so hard for this battle.
They've battled 3 times. 3 times.
Yeah. We have Joandro Ramirez saying, hi, Dennis and Sarah.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to the live stream from all over the world. Fantastic. Watching from Argentina. It's amazing. Amazing to have you here. Shamil.
Wow. Argentina, that's a hot minute away.
Yeah.
It's a hot minute.
It's a beautiful country.
Why is he shaking his head? All right, let's see who the judges think. Like I said, it might take a little bit. It's a very close call, and it was very similar to the other 2 runs they have done. Safe to say Christian's weakness is chasing.
Yeah.
And different kinds of driving styles. It will be a tough one for sure. Oh, I love that color. It's not really a beige either.
No,
it's like
it's
brown.
It's brown
a little
and gray
bit.
and yeah.
All right, let's see here. We're doing another replay. Christian enters, and Joachim enters with him.
So we see here Joachim is not matching the angle.
Yeah, nope. Let's see. I think they have a winner.
Who is it gonna land on?
Oh, all right. It's Joachim Andersson.
Joachim Andersson. You see the confusion on their faces. Joachim is, look, he won the battle. He's shaking his head. He's
like,
no
what?
idea what's going on.
Well, sometimes it's hard. If you're in the driver's seat, you have such a different experience from when you're outside.
Perspective. You're not seeing what the judges see.
And he might just be mad at himself. Maybe he did mess up a lot and didn't want to, you know.
It might be that as well. To reiterate that on the judges' side, is like they have a different perspective, first of all. Second of all, these 3 are people who have seen thousands of runs.
Yes.
They have a lot of experience. So, moving on.
Here is one of my favorite Japanese chassis, the MK4 Supra. Oh, my goodness. And it's got a solid 2JZ in there, too.
Örjan Gröning and Alfred Grimberg. Alfred Grimberg, representing Sweden, is going to be following in that yellow car.
Hit some cones there, so I'm not sure if that's a restart or not. I mean, they're going, so.
Well, they're going.
All right. Nope.
Oh, shutting it down.
Yeah, you saw the light there probably. Yeah, the yellow flag, restart.
Yeah.
So they have 3 strikes when it comes to cones at the starting area. If you hit a cone, you got to restart. If you hit them 3 times throughout this competition, it's a strike. Basically, you're out.
Yeah.
That was almost collision, though. He shut it down very suddenly, and I don't think
that was
Alfred was ready for that.
Yeah.
Yep, those cones went, and
we have people from Germany in here as well.
Welcome, Germany. So Alfred Grinberg from Sweden here, during qualifying yesterday, his subframe, front subframe, almost fell out.
Oh,
so they've had a busy night getting this car ready for today, that's for sure. Still killed it, though. Still qualified. And that's the craziest part about this competition here, I think, is 51 drivers, 32 go on till today. It's pretty gnarly.
So at 23rd, Alfred Grinberg, 23rd in qualification with a broken subframe or loose subframe. That is impressive.
Yeah, it messes up the whole geometry.
Yeah.
Words are hard sometimes.
Your front end is just not doing what you needed to do, and it's like, hey, we're going this way. Hey, stop.
I'm so impressed, though. Like, if your car's is messed up like that, like adjusting to, okay, this doesn't feel right, but I'm still going to qualify. That is
in a concrete
impressive.
jungle.
Oh, yeah. I'd be sketched out. I'd be so sketched out. I don't know about this.
It's fine to do that at a runoff. Like, oh, sure, we're going into the grass. This is like, there's no runoff.
No.
Literally
the other
no
tracks,
runoff.
though, big tracks, runoff. This is wall. You're done.
Here we go again. We see a better run now from Örjan Gröning in the front in the Supra.
And Alfred in the chase position.
Alfred cutting a little bit on this angle here. Wow, Örjan just pouring it on. Misses outside zone 2. Throws it into 3. Greenberg is on a highlight. Oh, something happens.
A little bit there.
Greenberg has a problem. His car there steering, not doing what he wants it to do or needs it to do.
Did they get that front end fixed is the question right now in my head.
Doing a solid job out in front here, trying to make it easy for Alfred to follow him.
Yep. Looked a little bouncy there on the Supra, but I think they do have a lot of travel.
Yeah.
And it's all driver preference as well if you want stiffer suspension, soft suspension, so forth. But helt okay, as they say in Sweden, lead there.
Is that a Supra?
I'm not going to be mean to Anders nu, but at least it's not a Z4 BMW. All right, let's see. I mean, he follows pretty good there. He's a little bit shorter on the line. Has a little bit less angle going through. They don't really reach out to outer 2 there, but they do come into outer 3, I believe. Yes, he does perfectly. Unfortunately, Alfred is a little bit shallow there, trying to correct some stuff. Maybe the car doesn't feel 100% yet. And coming into
big hiccups there. It looks like a straightening almost.
Yeah, that was very minimal drift or straight for sure. All right, let's see here. What they think. He's thinking it over. You can see in his eyes there. He's like, all right, I got this. We got to do this. We got this.
We have people from Latvia in here. Greetings, Sundays.
Ooh, Latvia. I see the driver door open here on the Graning. And Linus looking very happy with his little remote.
Oh, yeah.
He's so focused right now. It's great.
Could you imagine he's out there with no gloves?
I mean, it is sunny now. You get warm in the sun. The sun warms up a lot.
Well,
but the wind, though, it is windy.
I've cracked my hands just sitting in here.
Oh, my goodness. We got lucky, though. They did get us a space heater in here. Yeah. So I actually warmed up pretty good. I'll shove that over to you a little bit.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, that feels really nice.
Right?
I've been freezing my ass off here for a while. You've been hogging it.
My bad. All right, looks like they're about to go here. So Alfred will be leading and Örjan will be following.
Fantastic.
Oh, nice flick into that entry there. Coming down to outer 1.
Oh, wow, pouring on the angle there. Oh, leaving Örjan behind.
Yeah, dang, that guy's got some speed.
I'll send you a letter when I get to the finish line. Oh my goodness, where did he go?
Oh, I was like, where did Örjan go? I mean...
Oh wow, Alfred Greenberg, the speed. Örjan is now on his game trying to catch up, but there's no way.
And they have the same horsepower too, so it shouldn't be...
I don't know what happened. I couldn't really see a big hiccup.
No. Well, sometimes it's mechanical. Could be anything, but that was way too far away to count as chasing, in my opinion. Unfortunately.
So people from Poland, the Irish.
You're from Ireland?
Beautiful. I want to go to Ireland.
It's sparkling.
Yeah, I'm friends with an Irish driver. I really want to go there. So let's see what happened here.
Yes. Initiates.
If this is just Alfred leaving Örjan, I'm going to be very impressed.
The angle's up there, though. Oh, he straightens out by that inner clip there.
Yeah.
That's what happened. I got a little worried here, though. He didn't show up outside the window here, and I only saw Alfred, and I'm like, uh-oh. Hopefully they don't intercept each other here. But he made it through. Yeah, I believe that Örjan straightened a little bit there by inner clip 1, unfortunately. Trying to correct that angle and not running it over.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. It's one of the few Supra MK4s in the lineup here.
It's freaking beautimous. Yep.
chat here, like, is Alfred Greenberg late for something? He's very so fast.
Maybe he has to go to the bathroom. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, I do some of my best laps when I have to go pee because, like, I got to go. But dang, those laps, they're pretty solid.
Yeah, very good job from Greenberg here. It's unfortunate that that Örjan didn't get a chance to really show his skills.
Yeah, you could see.
He is a very skilled driver.
Oh, you can see the disappointment on his face right now.
He knows exactly
hurts my heart.
where it all went wrong.
Yeah, well, at least he knows. But Alfred Greenberg moves on to the top 16.
Top 16 is for Alfred Greenberg. He's so happy. He was a driver in the lower class 2 years ago, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna do pretty well. I'm trying to do my best." And he's like, "Whoa!" Like really outperformed.
Yeah,
it's fantastic to see him in the higher class.
It's kind of like an underdog. It's like,
oh yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna try this out. And boom, here he is showing everyone up. All right, up next we got Ludwig Wonka, which is one of the younger Wonka brothers, well, the younger one, and Erga, Sondre Erga.
2S chassis.
Wonka lost his exhaust during practice earlier, but that's not a big thing. Luckily, easy to fix. Oh, we got a restart there.
Don't know if they see the light there.
I was like, please don't shut down randomly, because that scares the shit out of me.
Flag here?
Yep. Yeah, we got a flag. We're good.
Yeah, so there is a light somewhere on the track.
Yes, it should be when you enter, you should be looking kind of straight at it, coming down to outer one.
And the problem is that you're looking at the first corner.
Yeah, you're
so
already
you're
planning ahead.
So it's easy to miss, so that's why we have the flags.
Yes. Better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
So little Wonka. He runs the S15. Just like his brother does. They have the same chassis, but this guy has a V8 in it instead of a 2JZ, and he only has a little bit over 500 horsepower.
Which is not a whole lot.
No, if you compare it to all the other ones, it's not a lot. However, Sondre as well is just above 500 with his 2JZ here.
It's kind of a few drivers here who are not actually at the like 800. They're below, way below.
Which is pretty awesome. It's not about the power all the time. It's kind of about the driver, you know?
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome to see.
It work.
Yeah, and Sondre Erga is Norwegian Drift Champion 2022, and he has competed in Iron King as well. His favorite part is his crew. Without the crew, he says, he would not be able to do any of this, which I can agree on 100%.
Oh, yeah.
For any driver, that is. Let's see here. Erga is leading, and Wonka is following. Initiates really nicely there. He has a good angle coming down into outer one. Wonka has to correct a little bit to catch up to him. He slides out a little bit there.
It's going to be tight for Wonka. We saw him get short in zone 3 yesterday at qualification. Yeah, and here we see the same thing.
Yeah.
Did not reach out.
Oh, wow. Was he going straight there for a little bit? Yeah, he's not getting it to kick out the way it should.
Oh, wow, it looks really tough.
Yeah.
And that is, I'm not an expert in this area, but that is something you can work around with a setup. As easy as just increasing tire pressures could do a lot. You could stiffen up your rear anti-roll bars if you have them. Maybe if you have adjustable dampers, you could do that to stiffen that the rear end of the car up.
Yes.
The problem is you're going to lose a lot of grip. So you might be able to drift the whole course, but you will be nowhere near your opponent. So it's a trade-off game here. But I would say in this case, it would have been better to see him drift the whole course than.
I mean, they have similar power, so I think it's definitely a grip issue, that he doesn't slide out when he needs to. He kind of grips up and goes on the inside of Erga over here and tries to transition over, straightens out a bit. Yeah, it doesn't want to slide out, it just wants to push forward, so definitely needs to take a look at that.
Yeah.
But we're going to see how it goes for Ludwig. How do you pronounce it properly? Is it Ludwig or Ludwig?
I think it's a K.
It is a K, but my Swedish brain goes Ludwig. I don't know. I need to learn Norwegian now. I'm going to try to learn Danish, and no, Finnish is not a no-go for me. Sorry. I will never be able to learn that.
No, that's a tough one.
All right, so Ludwig Wonka will lead, and Sondre Erga will follow, or chase.
So this S13 on the right here in picture, does that remind you of a car in this start field?
Maybe there's another one that looks exactly the same. And they are both insane drivers. They've driven a lot of different competitions in Norway, like I said, Iron King, Drift Masters. They've been all over. So it's really cool to see these guys coming up here for this Scandinavian Drift Scandinavian Drift Series, my bad. They're so skilled.
Ludwig Vanka in the lead here.
Kind of leads the initiation there.
I thought it was going to be contact.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was, but here we see Vanka going shallow, and he's going to probably go shallow the whole way around here, just as he did in qualification. He slows down a lot there.
Yeah, he needs to keep up that momentum to be able to reach out in the zones. He did do better here than he did before in outer zone 3. Ooh, a lot of angle coming out of 3, aiming for inner 2 here. That is beautifully done. I mean, it's also weird because when your tires cool down enough, it's way different grip from when they're warmed up. So maybe halfway through there, okay, now we're at a good PSI and good pressure in the tire. It started looking good. But yeah, he definitely seemed a little bit too gripped up and not able to swing it out where he should have.
Yeah.
That sounded weird. My bad.
So, in the comments here, we're looking at chase drivers are allowed to hit the inner cone on the way back, question mark. They don't get any deductions for that, question mark.
So the chase car is supposed to mimic the lead driver's line. And if the lead driver is very shallow on something and they're mimicking it, technically they shouldn't hit anything unless the lead does, but sometimes it depends on the angle you come into a turn.
Yes.
So here, like we see, he flicks it back over. Really nice transition there. He does boop it, however the other guy doesn't.
And it's also a much bigger picture. So what is important for me to try to convey here is that we're not looking at small specific things. It's more of a, you have to look at the whole run.
Yes.
And see who is impacting who, what is happening. Sondre Erga moves on into top 16, beats Ludwig Vanka. And the emphasis from the judges here aren't really, oh, you hit a cone here, oh, that's going to cost you a lot. It's like, well,
no, it'll be a deduction unless you're off course with all 4 tires like we saw earlier.
But it's also like, oh, were you really close to the lead car? Were you in a tight battle? Was that like a small thing? Was
that on you or was that on you both?
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
thing.
So it's a much bigger thing. So here we see Øyvind Bogen from Norway meeting our Danish driver, Christian Christensen. This, what is it called? Turquoise car is, it's a loud one. It's a very, very loud one.
Take cover from shots fired.
Yeah. So here we see Øyvind Bogen out in front. It's yellow and white S15 doing a good job hitting that inner clip. 1, missing a little bit outside zone 2. Throws it down outside zone 3. Power alley here. Can he get it all the way through? Misses it a little bit. I would say he's shallow.
Yeah, he kind of left it a little bit early there.
Goes out wide here, very wide. On inside clip number 2, out to outside zone 4. Christensen hanging back here, needs to cut that a lot, but he can't all the way over to the finish line.
Yeah. It looked like it was struggling chasing there a little bit. This is the first I've ever heard about in my life, is a S14 Silvia with a TTRS, an Audi TTRS engine, a 2.5 liter engine in there.
So a straight 5-cylinder.
Yep.
A loud one at that.
Yeah, I didn't know Audi TTs could sound like that.
Oh, beautiful.
Let's see this replay here. So Øyvind initiates really nicely there, gets out wide and fills out that zone, while Christian kind of tries to catch up, cuts course a little bit there. They barely make it out there.
Yeah.
In outer 2, and this outer 3 here leaves a little bit early, kind of angles up there.
He throws it up a lot. Øyvind Bogen back into inside clip number 2. Finishes in a strong way.
All right, so it should be time for them to swap places. So Christian will be leading and Øyvind will be chasing.
We have 3 battles left.
Yeah.
And then we're done with top 32. We might even be on time. That would be amazing.
Wow. Don't. Why? Why did you just say that?
Damn
Why
it.
did you say that? Oh my goodness. All right, checking so the drivers are ready, lighting up that tree, and here they go. Christian in front and Øyvind in the back. Initiates. Woo!
Oh,
no!
What happened? He couldn't get it going.
I don't know if he got it. If that clutch released or not, because he initiated, which means you got to push in that clutch to pull the e-brake, or your clutch kicking in.
Yeah.
But then I didn't see any smoke or those tires moving, so maybe the throttle, something didn't happen there.
Let's see if we can make out.
All right, throttle on, off, initiates.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah,
throttle.
there's no throttle going
so
on.
maybe a gear popped out or some issue. We get here from. Oh, it's a
restart.
Is that? Did he see the light?
I guess.
Oh, that is an unfortunate time to.
Yeah, that's kind of sketchy area to see a light because those tires just get closer and closer. All right, so it's a restart. I was wondering, I was like, I don't think he's had any issues with throttle or anything like that.
So yeah, probably saw the restart light and let go. So we in the chat here, they're talking about Christian in this turquoise car.
Yeah.
You maybe used to drive an MX-5 with an LS, so a V8 MX-5.
LS motors are so reliable.
Yeah, but in an MX-5, that is that's basically like 50% of the car's engine.
Yeah.
That's a huge engine for that car.
It is.
Reminds me of Danny George in Formula Drift for many years ago. Oh, I'm getting old. So here we go again.
All right, initiates. No parking it. All right.
Oh, you can see how bumpy that was.
That was bumpy. Chasing beautifully.
Does a nice job here, but falls back.
Yeah, he angled up a little bit more. Cuts in.
Oh, something happens. Christian does a huge mistake here, and Øyvind is right on it and just comes back. Needs to get on here to show dominance. It's an alpha male game. Come on. Hogan needs to get this right.
Oh, just wait. We might have a queen next round, you know. So one driver that isn't here this time, and she will be ripping it. I'm excited. We need some more girls in this. All right, let's see if they're going to give us a replay, and we can check it out a little closer. But I feel like, I mean, chased really well.
Yeah.
He adjusts where he needs to. Does cut a little bit to catch up here and there, but nothing extreme.
We would like to see him closer.
I mean, that's pretty darn close to me.
Oh,
it's
well,
here he falls off a little bit.
Corner.
Yes.
So here something happens with Christian.
Yeah, angles up a little bit too much there and leaves early. Even keeps it right there, though, which is really nice. It might have been to his advantage to catch up that proximity, honestly.
Yeah.
But here they're doing pretty solid. A little bit shallow in outer four. Well, really shallow, I guess.
Yeah.
I was like, did he even get out there? I don't know. I don't know.
I saw the zone.
I mean, it's smoky, too. It's hard to see. It's hard to see.
Yeah.
Honestly, that bird's eye is amazing. Because no matter how smoky it is behind the tire, you see the car from up top. You're
Looks
like,
like
yes.
a video game from top.
It does.
It's like RC cars.
All right,
we have, after this is Max Vanka and Kevin Brunberg making a battle. And after that, Tor Anders Ringnes and Ole Peter Vatten. Let's see here. Norwegian or Dane?
Norwegian it is.
Norwegian. Norway moves on. Øyvind Bogen moves on. And his teammate, Andreas Övergård, who did not come to the start line in his Skyline R33, the only Skyline, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Yeah, they're cool cars.
Yeah, I love Skylines. So cool. They just usually are not great drift cars for a lot of reasons, mostly because of parts.
Yeah, it's hard to get.
Chassis are not really a good, like they're kind of big, heavy, long wheelbases. It's not a nimble car usually, so it
it requires quite a lot of work to get that competitive, which is why we don't see them a whole lot.
True. Well, now
not impossible, but harder.
True. Very true. We have Max Wonka, the older brother of the Wonka brothers, and Kevin Brunberg.
Norway versus Sweden here. Kevin Brunberg, the Volvo wagon.
Oh yeah, that 745 wagon there, and it's
oh no! What is happening? What is happening?
Oh my goodness, Kevin, watch the wall! Oh my God!
What is happening? No way!
Well, something didn't do what it was supposed to there.
Man.
He did have a collision during practice earlier. However, that was the rear of the car. Max Wonka finishing out the lap here.
Man. Kevin is furious now.
Oh yeah, he's probably gonna punch something. Nah, he's a sweetheart.
Oh man.
Wow.
That is unfortunate. There might be a 5-minute from Kevin here.
Yeah, very possible. He was talking about earlier that he had some ignition issues. Might not have gotten, well, engine might not have gotten misfired or something. We will see if he gives that 5-minute or if he just said, screw this, I'm out.
Yeah. And now Max knows that he has a big advantage.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people in the chat want to see the Volvo.
Dude, that Volvo is so sick. So the engine on it has parts from all over the world, from Germany.
Look at the back of that car. Do you see that it's a different color?
It's Kevlar.
Yeah.
The front bumper, the rear whole like wagon part, rear bumper got totaled earlier, unfortunately. I told him, better not hit any walls. That's going to hurt my heart because I know Kevlar is, I mean, for that car, how the heck did you even get that?
Yeah, it's weird.
It's so sick.
It's weird. So we get in confirmation here that Kevin does a 5-minute, takes a 5-minute rule here. So it's 5 minutes to fix his car. And if he goes over just by a second, he's out. So 5 minutes exactly. And I assume that we will move on to the next battle, which is Tor Anders Ringnes and Ole Peter Vaden. I managed to say a few words to Tor Anders Ringnes before.
Good, awesome.
So we talked a little bit about, you know, what he had a qualification run that, let's just say, wasn't his best.
Oh my lord! Oh my lord! I was scared.
Smashed his right tire.
I was scared. I thought that tire was gonna come flying. I was like, I don't know when, but I think it's gonna. Luckily, it didn't though. That car held together really cool, really good.
So just want to try to...
Oh, this is going to be a spicy one. Both of them are the only two in the top 32 with over 1,000 horsepower. That is going to be really cool to see. Yeah, he's had multiple crashes. I think he did the same thing twice with the wall there. I got told from someone. I'm not 100% on it, though.
You mean?
Yes. But I did see that one time there, and that was gnarly. The rear tire was, like, towed out, cambered the max and extra. It was...
So Tor Anders Ringnes, who is a 36-year-old from Norway, he lives like 10 minutes from Rudskogen, which is amazing.
Yes. Yeah, I've seen him drive there quite a few times at Gatebil events and so forth, and he shreds.
Yeah, he was a Norwegian champion 2013. He's won Gatebil Super 3 in 2016, 2017, 2018.
Oh, wow.
So that's impressive. I think 2020 as well. And it's a Toyota Supra GR. 1,000 horsepower, as you said, and he has driven very little with this car, unfortunately. And this weekend, he has a he has a setup that doesn't suit him for this track. He has a very large turbos. He's like, it is insanely hard to drive this car.
That car is set up for Gatebil, like road course tracks.
So he's like, it's so laggy.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's very, very hard to drive here.
Yeah, it's a little bit smaller and technical, and it's intimidating with those concrete walls right there.
But he qualified at 11.
Yeah, he did really good.
Out of 51.
Despite the crash.
Yeah.
Like,
so Ole
wow.
Peter Vaden is going to follow in this beautiful Supra by Tor Anders Ringnes. Oh, there's a bump there. Oh, it goes around. Huge touch there. Oh, bummer. We see that, though, that Tor Anders was quite, well... I don't know if it was shallow, but it was looking like he was going to be shallow. But then again...
Yeah, I don't know if he slowed down too much there, that he decelled for too long. And Ole Peter expected him to go, and then he didn't, kind of thing. Let's see here how it looks. Initiation looks fine.
Yeah.
Angles up a lot.
3 wheels.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to tell. I feel like Ole Petter just wanted to go.
Yeah.
But
on throttle.
he's off there. He went off throttle.
Yeah.
I think he was trying to extend out to reach out or correct himself, but that threw Ole Petter off completely. I mean,
he just before they touched, Tor Anders Ringnes was on throttle again. So it's too late. So it is a diesel area, but I don't know if it extends that far down into the first corner.
It does not.
So.
It's where you enter is decel. Then you're supposed to be on throttle throughout outer 1 up through the clip. And then you can decel going into outer 3, and you can decel going into inner clip 2. So when you're coming back out of outer 3, you're allowed to decel over before you get down into the bowl again. Otherwise, you might just go off-roading completely. Who knows? All right, let's see here. So I am assuming that was a 0 lead. Not 100% sure, though. We're going to have to talk to the judges about that.
I mean, that's a tough one.
It is.
A really tough one.
I mean, in my opinion, I did not see tire smoke coming out of there, which is he's not on throttle where he should have been. And Ole Petter expected him to be and was still just going. He was doing his thing. Let's see here. Ole Petter in the lead and Tor Anders in the chase. Initiates beautiful. Oh, that's a lot of angle. That is nice, though.
Ole Petter just mashing it.
Coming up out of the bowl here for inner clip number 1. Beautifully done. He does not quite reach out to outer 2 here.
Huge gap.
Yeah, it's a little Gapplebees going on.
Tor Anders needs to get this closer and closer.
Yeah.
If he has any chance to prove himself a winner out of this battle. Oh, it's not happening. It's not happening for Tor Anders.
No. Ole Petter, that was a beautiful lead, though.
Yeah.
Gotta say.
Not to speculate too much, could it be that Tor Anders in his lead run, when he gets into the bowl, could it be that big turbo? He did not get it to spool, so he tried to be on throttle and it just didn't happen. We're getting confirmation here that Kevin Brunberg has a problem with his ECU. So,
oh, maybe that is what caused it to cut out earlier today as well. That would explain a lot, because that was a lot of weird shit going on. Excuse my language, but that was a lot.
So Ole Petter does a great lead run here. I don't see a huge number of things that I could complain about.
It's very smooth transitions and kind of sticks with the angle he decides to have. I don't see a lot of corrections going on either. Going down there is super smooth. A little shallow on outer 4.
Outside zone 4.
But still just keeping it smooth, though. It looks really nice. It's very nice to look at.
Yeah, I agree with Chad here. The A90 Supra. I was not a big fan when it came out. I was like, until I saw it in real life. It doesn't no justice on video or pictures. It's a very beautiful car in real life.
Honestly, the MK5 Supra is the thing that made them for me is drifting.
Yeah.
Drifting, the way they style them, the way they drive them, just made it, okay, I like these now.
Ole Petter Walden moves on. Tor Anders Ringnes is beat. Unfortunately, that's a shame. I would like to see Tor Anders. He has huge potential.
He does.
And we talked a little bit, and he was like, man, you know, I had a GT86 before, and I was...
Is it that one?
I was performing way better than that one. So maybe I'm having second thoughts about this Supra. But he's like, you know, it doesn't really matter. He should be able to drive any car. But it's like you have to find the setup. You have to find the way to work this car. So that's what he's talking about. It's like I haven't really found my place in this car. So we're getting word here, unfortunately, that Kevin Brunberg is out of competition. So Max Vonka moves on into the top 16, and that should, in my eyes, conclude the
top 32.
Top 32.
Yep, it looks like it. We have a person for each spot in the top 16, which is Johan, Tony, Kristoffer, Jim Olofsson, Morten, Joakim, Robert, Olof, Tor Arne, Filip, Odd Helge, Alfred, Sondre, Öyvind, Max, and Ole Petter.
Yeah, so it's going to be a crazy, crazy time. We're going to try to move outside here and
I want to see if I can get a judge on and try to talk about, recap a little bit of what we saw and those kinds of battles.
That would be great.
We were wondering about, and see what we can get from him.
You have to ask about Christian Erlandsson.
Yeah.
What their thoughts are about this. I'm like, darn, that's a lot of one more times.
Oh, yeah.
But it's got to be fair.
Oh.
It's got to be fair. Let's see. I'm going to grab this paper over here. All right, yeah, so here is a replay of Kevin. He had some ECU issues in that Volvo wagon.
So unfortunate.
Max Vonka is doing great there, though. A little bit shallow coming in. But yes, you have a judge out there.
Yeah, I'm going to try to head out, so see if I can get that done.
Perfect. Boy. Dennis almost fell over in here. Be safe. Walk safely, please. And since Kevin didn't make it out to his second lap here after his 5 minute, Max Vonka is on the start line alone, doing, I believe, a bye run. There's something going on the track there. We see Linus waving at people. All right, that is time for Max Vonka to just...
I don't have to leave yet. I still want to see this. I still want to see this.
I mean, we're looking at Linus right now.
Yeah, well.
Just walk in,
not allowed to happen.
But yes, since Kevin did not make it up to the start line there, he's out. Max Vonka gets a bye run.
Yeah.
Basically a victory lap into the top 16. You got to seal the deal, get out on track and do that lap still. Even if the other driver isn't there or it said he's not coming back for it, you still got to seal the deal.
Yeah.
Freaking dad joke over here. All right, Dad. All right, Dad.
Yeah, smoke show from Max Vonka.
He is happy right now.
Yeah.
So we got one of the Vonka brothers in the top 16.
Yeah, very happy with that. So I want to talk a lot about your predictions of these battles when we go into the top 16. I'm very excited to see what we think is going to happen. I want to make like a second ladder, the second bracket, and see what, like, if you got it right. Like,
right, and just, are we going to bet on stuff here? We're like, I'm going to bet over here, and you bet over there, and then we'll see what happens.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
All righty. Well, it seems like track is cold.
Yeah.
Go check with the judge and see what he has to say about a few of these battles.
Yeah, we're just going to get the official here for the formalities.
There
Max
it is.
Vonka moves on into the top 16.
And then we will be back in top 16 at 6:30.
Yeah. Leave some time to go to eat and, you know, just chill for a bit and come back at 6:30.
See how these drivers are feeling.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be a good time.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited about it. But I think that 6:30 the live stream starts, but 7 is the...
That is when the top 16 starts.
Exactly.
Yes.
So we're going to try to get into that. All right, I'm going to try to move out, and we'll take a little bit break, and then we're going to round out this top 32. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I make decisions to glow. Ridiculous flow, potential to glow. You know, I just do that. Consolidate my regions, line it up, put them together. Anyone that ever let me down, forget them forever. My memory's bad. Remember me though? My memory's gone. My memory, it limits me home. Don't tree huggers, cause all the lumber's gone. Niggas knocking on wood. Pass through the hood when it's good and they chopping up wood. Breaking up.
Så jag hör ingenting när jag lurar. I can't hear a damn thing. Oh, hang on. Yeah. All right. All right. So I'm just thinking that I want to recap a little bit. So what did we see? This is Alexander Kvist, who is the head judge.
Yeah.
And this was not easy for you, right?
No, it was for sure not. Some really hard battles. We had 2 one-more times with Joachim and Christian.
Yeah, talk a little bit about that.
Oh, that was a hard one. Yeah. It actually came down to splitting hairs in the last run, because the regulation says we are only allowed to do 2 one more times.
Right. So talk a little bit about, because I was quite sure in that battle. I think it's Joachim goes on and moves on in top 16. And I was like, wait, there's one more time. What happened? What was the deciding factor there?
During the first run?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, it came down to they both had individual zeros. So basically, we had 1 approved lead run, 1 approved chase run. We don't have anything to compare.
Right.
So it's basically an automatic one more time.
Right. And then we went on, took the second one, and then the same thing happened?
Not exactly. In the second run, we actually had 3 different votes. We had 1 on Joachim, 1 on Christian, and 1 on one more time. The judges, we saw different things and judged it differently hard.
Yeah.
So when that happens, it's a one more time.
Right. And the decision then to have someone go on was Joachim, who moved on. And they were both confused and I think frustrated by this kind of whole thing. I was looking at their faces; they were both shaking their heads. So it is, your job is very, very difficult. And we talked a little bit about that, where you said that it's going to be splitting hairs, basically.
Yeah.
It's not going to be clear cut in any of these battles, and we've already seen that. And this is only top 32. It could get worse in top 16.
It's going to be a hard night.
So what other battles stood out for you? What did you notice?
Actually, I noticed quite a few really, really good lead runs. But I must say the best chase run of the day was Kvia's so far. Yeah, it was amazing chase run. For the lead runs, we had some drivers that actually did really, really good qualification laps. At this track, what we're looking for, if you do a really good lead run, it's actually quite hard for the chase driver to do something better.
Yeah.
So
it kind of puts the chase driver a lot of pressure on him to perform here, because if the lead driver does a good run, the chase driver has no excuses.
No. They can't make any mistake at all. If the lead driver does what he's supposed to do, you really have to be on the door.
So a little bit about the track then, what we saw here. We saw quite a few off tracks going down into the bowl outside zone number 4. Why do you think that is? And also cutting into inside clip number 2.
Yeah, actually we had some dirt drops on the outside of that part, but mostly drivers took the inside and ran over the inside clip too much. We actually had two cars that were zeroed because they were all the way off the track. So I think it's when you do the transition from the large turn to coming into inside 2, I think it's easy to make it too soon. Yeah. Especially if there's smoke from the first lap. We saw some chase drivers getting lost in smoke and doing the transition way too early.
Yeah, and also the sun doesn't help to shine down on the smoke. It's terrible for visibility. So, yeah, I think there was a lot of great battles. What do you think is going to happen in top 16? Do you have anything, predictions?
I actually don't know. From seeing what we've seen so far, anything can happen.
Yeah, it's really chaos out there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking your time to do this with me. And it's your job is not only going to get harder, it's going to get colder. it's going to
Yeah.
get darker.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, the conditions are going to be harder for you, but also for the drivers, right? The cold
Yeah.
track temperature and all those things. And visibility is a big part of this track, right?
Yeah, it very much is, especially in the last part of the track. So it's going to be a hard time for them and for us.
Yeah. All right, so challenges all around. Thank you so much, Alexander.
Thank
I'll
you.
talk to you as much as I can or get info from you, but yeah, we're looking forward to a fantastic top 16. Thank you so much for being here with us, everyone at home, and we'll see you soon.